Then immediately tell me what race you are. Why would the Dragon Blood Clan treat you like a prostitute? But the little chicken still wouldn't lower its head. Instead, it even shouted out, water and fire are mutually destructive in the 5 elements. Since it can't be roasted to death, then let's stew it in a soup instead. Or maybe I'll cook you up in clay and make a beggar chicken. You stinky chicken, you don't want to be chopped up into a beggar chicken. He directly slammed the chick into the ground. Then he picked the chick up. He was delighted and about to roast it and eat it. But the chick declared that it was a fire attribute ancient species. Ordinary fire probably wouldn't be able to roast it to death. With a desperate resolve to die together, he bit the grenade and detonated it. But this didn't cause any substantial damage to Xiao Ji. He continued to charge towards Chu Ran. At this moment, Chu Ran pulled out the legendary level 4 armor frying pan from his pants. He hit the doctor right on target. When the young bird saw that it was being underestimated, out of anger, it rushed over it from the sky. Little did he know, Ao Miao suddenly appeared behind him. Then he hugged him. He was still holding a grenade in his mouth. Just then, the young bird flew out. With one move, it swooped down from the sky and attacked the two of them. Yao Ji used her sword to block the attack. Chu Ran made a friendly international gesture towards him. Scoundrel, I'll deal with you. They were indispensable materials for forging the highest grade Tianji artifacts. He knew that the several major sects hadn't discovered new ore deposits for nearly 1,000 years. Chu Ran looked at so many of them, and excitedly rubbed his hands together. You're gonna be rich now. Not long after, Chu Ran brought the roasted chicken to the Nailing Spring. As soon as he stepped into the spiritual spring area, Chu Ran saw the system prompt that the spiritual pressure had returned to normal. Yaoji's attention was then drawn to the ore on the rocks. He discovered that these were the original ores of the Taiyi Golden Scripture. The chick had escaped to a riverbank. With a thump, it dove into the water. Suddenly, they saw on the monitor that the chick was soaking in a spring. Its injuries were slowly healing. It seems this chick has something special. Chu Ran asked Ao Miao if he could find him. He said that if he found him, he would reward him with some good stuff. Upon hearing good stuff, the little guy was full of energy. He soon discovered the chick's trail. But he just looks like a weakling. Yaoji believes that for some reason, he has degenerated to the foundation establishment stage. He's only able to lord it over others because he can use his true essence here. The value of his divine beast bloodline is immeasurable. We must capture him this time. He luckily dodged the attack of the kiln chicken. But the feathers on his chicken were burned off by the electric shock. After letting out a harsh word, he slipped away. The kiln chicken immediately chased after him. Chu Ran then asked, is this little chicken really a divine beast? This was too unscientific. Kiln chicken coldly looked at little chicken. You just wanted to eat me. This sentence made the little chicken instantly break out in a cold sweat. He chose to run away immediately. The liquid fire was also completely extinguished. Moreover, these bandages could even help him shield the spiritual medicine here, allowing him to use his true yuan normally. Little chicken was shocked to see this. Why could everyone use their true yuan? The liquid fire on her arm truly disappeared. Immediately, he started binding Yao Ji. A moment later, lightning surrounded Yao Ji's entire body. At this time, the bandages had already wrapped around his whole body. Continue to let the little chicken eat for a while, Aomio has nothing to do. At this moment, Chu Ran thought of a way. Liquid fire is the power of the Great Tao's rules, and the bandage's ability to heal can also be considered the power of rules. So he took out a bandage and wrapped one of Yao Ji's hands. He actually hugged the dragon bones and started gnawing on them. It was crispy when he bit into it. The protein was many times that of beef. The little chicken was so angry that he was about to go over and stop it, but he dodged me. At this moment, after Ao Miao swallowed the knife, he actually gained the ability to possess corpses. He immediately let Ao Miao go bite off those dragon bones. Ao Miao rushed over the next second. At the same time, he was also able to shield himself from the suppression of the heavenly Tao rules. Speaking of which, Chu Ran saw that Yao Ji was about to be completely burned by the night fire. He was anxious and paced back and forth beside her. Xiao Ji, however, took out a knife and fork and prepared to enjoy a delicious meal. At this time, the master summoned Ao Miao. Still want to fight me, your majesty? At this moment, Yao Ji weakly calls out, Churin. By now, the night fire had lit up Yao Ji's entire body. This is a very unconventional bandage. It can not only put out fire which burns everything, the fire of heaven's way, but this Bujin trapped Churin and prevented him from leaving. No matter how hard Churin fought, he doesn't react to it at all. I made this cage using the dragon bones I sacrificed. Even he can't break out of it. And said that this fire was the principle of the grand law. Even if a high-level golden immortal came, they would be powerless. Churin pulled out his AK again and fired a burst at the little chicken. But the little chicken dodged all of his bullets. He easily dodged all of Churin's shots, even when Churin ran out of bullets. But unexpectedly, the man said he only knew how to start fires. He couldn't put them out. Chu Ran was stunned. Taking advantage of Chu Ran's moment of surprise, the little chicken immediately escaped. The chick was scared and retreated rapidly. Chu Ran rushed forward and delivered another hook punch. Then he grabbed the man's neck. He ordered him to put out the fire for Yao Ji. Otherwise, he would strangle him to death. Then, with a powerful kick, it sent Chu Ran flying. Finally, it prepared a golden claw strike to finish him off. Seeing this, Chu Ran immediately unleashed the Thousand Peaks fist. He punched the chicken right in its, sensitive area. Seeing that Chu Ran could actually use true energy. How dare you sneak attack me? Charan points his gun at Xiaoji's head, and orders Xiaoji to put out the fire. Who knew the chick would transform into a superpowered chicken? It landed a left hook directly on Chu Ran. Let me tell you something funny, to make you understand that it's a waste of time. Charan pulls out an AK-47 and fires at Xiaoji. Xiaoji was caught off guard by the gunfire, and then fell off the top. Charan was terrified when she saw them. She quickly rushed over to try to extinguish the fire, but the night flames could not be extinguished. Instead, they grew stronger. The little chicken was beside itself. This angered Chu Ran. The two of them just started bickering. Yao Hua looked on in speechlessness. Suddenly, Yao Hua straightened up. Suddenly, night flames ignited on his hands. Yao Ji indicated that even evil thoughts are not allowed. Chu Ran scratched his head. He felt that the job wasn't that difficult. That's because you're an idiot. Your head is empty. With evil deeds as its fuel, once touched, one's soul will burn out. It will not extinguish until the eternity passes. Does avoiding bad deeds mean you've escaped evil karma? Chu Ran immediately scolds back, and then secretly asked Yao Ji, what is the soul-burning night fire? Yao Ji explained, the night fire is the fire of hell. Seeing that one's own night fire has no effect on Chu Ran, Xiao Ji can't help being shocked. Are you an idiot? Even the burning soul fire can't be lit. Seeing Xiao Ji daring to scold oneself, he suggests to Yao Ji that they keep it as a pet. The chick is furious. It spits out a purple soul-burning fire at them. The system prompts that a true essence attack has been detected. The system starts charging. How dare you call me your master at your age? Does that make me a god reverend? Kneel to me, god reverend. The little chick haughtily claims that it has killed countless god reverends, but Charan thinks it's bragging. This sentence instantly made the little chicken explode. Feathers. Idiot. How dare you call this king a little chicken? Don't you dare kneel down and apologize. The words had just been spoken. The huge dark shadow dropped from the air. When the dark clouds dispersed, what appeared before Chu Ran and the others was actually a chicken. No way, all this fuss for just a little chicken? A huge dark shadow appeared, above the clouds. At this time, Charan asked, what is a divine spirit? The divine spirit is the guardian god of the tribe. It seems that it might be the bloodline of a powerful ancient divine beast. Ring the bell, go ring the bell. Summon the spirit. I will devour all their souls. Suddenly, an ancient and distant bell tolled. The sky gradually darkened, protecting the vampire queen behind them. But the next second, a grenade was thrown over. The violent explosion blew the shield away. This made the dragon blood queen go hysterical. Otherwise, I have 100 ways to make you die. Auron didn't give a damn about him. She directly took out her AK and sprayed at them. Immediately, a number of the vampires fell to the ground. However, two men were wearing two large shields. However, when it reached the bones, there were mysterious symbols lighting up on them. The sword or then dissipated. Surrender at once, and I may let you go on your way alive. Charan took Yao Ji in his arms, and then used Thousand Peaks to resist the arrows. Because Thousand Peaks had been upgraded to the second level, those arrows meant nothing to Charan. Yao Ji waved a sword or at them. You are quite bold. How dare you steal our clan's divine mind? Fire the arrows. With an order, numerous knights shot at the two in the cage. A masked woman flew over from the void. The person who came was none other than the Dragon Blood Queen. Tu Yao angrily pointed at Chu Ran. This is that sinful human, who spat on the body of my divine mind. Just then, the ground suddenly began to shake. The next second, a huge drum net enveloped the two of them. Immediately afterward, a large number of dragon blood people surged towards them. One by one, they crouched down and drew their bows, pointing their arrows at them. He then looked at his attribute panel. Except for intelligence, which didn't increase, almost all his attributes doubled. He couldn't help feeling depressed. Is this discriminating against your own low IQ? I've never seen anyone as bad as you. Chu Ran didn't think much of it. Nothing a bullet can't solve. Then he shook it hard, shaking all those magazines off. He couldn't help but ask what these disgusting things were. Yao Ji explained that they were impurities from his spiritual root. Without Tianqing helping you temper your body, you'll be just a chi refinement worm your whole life. You said you've seen people with poor aptitude? A lot of golden energy rushed into the two of their bodies. About a stick of incense later, the golden light slowly weakened. Shu Ran woke up at this moment. He saw that something like mud was wrapping around him. Charan looked at the scene before him, and his brain went blank. Yaoki then hugged Charan tightly. Hold on. As soon as he finished speaking, before Chu Ran could react, Yao Ji grabbed Chu Ran's collar. She walked towards the orb of light. After the two of them entered the orb, only their clothes were left lying on the ground. Yaori said that they hadn't encountered a single dragon blood warrior along the way. It's time to hurry up. Be careful of any changes. Chu Ran was stunned. Hurry up and do what? And slowly drifted above their heads. This kid is so lucky. The great white Changing turned out to be metallic. Its nature just suited his myriad Buddhas. Seeing that Charan was still in a daze, Chu Ran looked up. He couldn't see the top at a glance. At this time, Yaoji reached out and pressed her hand on the tree. Golden light shone from her hand. A huge ball of light appeared at the top of the tree. Looking at Ao Miao, who fell asleep after eating, Chu Ran was speechless for a moment. Yaoji also recovered at this time. She decided to get Tianqing first. Not long after, the two of them arrived under a towering giant tree. Then she opened her mouth wide, and started munching on the knife with a smacking sound. Moments later, the knife was completely devoured. Ao Miao lay on the ground contentedly, burping in satisfaction. Moreover, Ao Miao gets the skill Devour. I summoned Ao Miao immediately, to see how this Devour skill works. When Ao Miao saw the knife, she licked her lips with gleaming eyes. I knew it. This saber can scan as well. Right that. With the reward from the system, my status has fully been recovered. I wonder if I can take it with me. Charan came to the knife, and tried to pull it out. However, at this moment, the system suddenly prompted that the information collection of the remains of the higher creature was completed. A reward is issued for a 1% contribution to the research of new creature types. Chu Ran was a little stupefied. He was just acting like he would fight to the death, and now he just ran off. I ran away without saying hello. Then I focused on the knife left by the monster slayer. This knife looks quite valuable. Hey, don't you know that you shouldn't hit someone's face? Do you have any martial virtue? Seeing that Chu Ran actually could use his true chi, Shu Yao didn't say a word and jumped onto the big eagle, and thumped away. She throws her own weapon at Charan. Charan doesn't dodge. Instead, he uses Kaiyan Shenfeng to receive it. He takes down the blade on his forehead, instantly flying into a rage. But didn't Lu Sun once say that if your magical power is insufficient, AK arrives and says. He takes his AK and fires upon the poison demons. The demons are forced to retreat by the intense fire from AK's attack. Dragon Blood Woman sees that her princess is about to give in. Yao Ji and Tu Yao were both dumbfounded. How could he not be suppressed by the rules of the Tao? Fine, let me see how many of my blows your turtle shell can withstand. Chu Ran chuckled. He knew his magical power couldn't really withstand a few blows. Yao Ji took the initiative to have an honest talk with Charan, and told him to hold back. Who can withstand this? Just now, Chu Ran actually used his true essence to cast the thousandfold seal. Then he threw a big move at Charan. Just when he thought Charan was doomed, the scene before him subverted his long-standing cognition. Hold back. How happy are men in the matriarchal world? Unexpectedly, the other party slashed his 98k in half with a single strike. Seeing this, Chu Ran quickly took out a smoke grenade. A large amount of smoke blocked Tu Tian's vision. Seeing this, Fu Tian swung out dozens of sword energies in succession. He blew the smoke away. Is this guy some kind of wild Wolverine? Tu Tian smiled and looked at Chu Ran. That doesn't count, come again. Saying so, he charged over with his sword again. Chu Ran was just about to raise his gun to shoot, but the other party forcefully shoved his hand into his own wound. And just like that, he pulled out the bullet. Then he took out a leather pouch and drank the contents. The next second, his wound began to heal at a visible speed. Chu Ran was stunned. What kind of weapon is this? How is it possible to pierce my treasure body? Chu Ran said that he didn't hit your vital parts. You're lucky. Tell him to go back and get treatment quickly. He used his legs to push himself forward, only to see Chu Ran pulling out a 98k from his clothes. He aimed at Tu Tian and pulled the trigger. The bullet instantly hit Tu Tian's arm. The force of the bullet sent him flying. Yao Ji was injured and couldn't get back up. Suddenly, he opened his eyes very wide. He looked at the skinny body that was in front of him, used his own body to protect Yao Ji. Didn't take seriously. Knowing that the other party was tough, Yao Ji hurriedly asked Chu Ran to leave first. He stayed behind to cover their retreat. He didn't plan on giving them the chance. He slashed Yao Ji with his sword, pushing her back dozens of meters. Yao Ji was shocked. Celestial Star Body. You are obsessed with the Godwood Celestial Heart. But the other party said, the so-called Celestial Heart is just a bait to lure them in generation after generation. Chu Ran was startled. This little girl is too fierce. Yao Ji then flashed to above Tu Tian. Her long sword slashed down fiercely. However, he blocked the attack with just his body. That she's an old fossil. Yao Ji's face turned green and her veins burst out. Yeah. Humph, my turn. Humph. Even the cliff would be cut in two with a single blow. Little girl, you're a child. Don't even think of trying to steal him away. Youth is the only way. Unlike you, an old fossil. Hearing the other person say, your sword energy is really strong. Your man is really handsome too. Today, I will use my sword energy to defeat you in my slaughter of demons, and then take your man away. Hearing this, Charon was momentarily speechless. A red blade wave collided with the sword energy. In an instant, a violent explosion occurred, and those two armored men and the girl had already come before Chu Ran and the others. You guys are really slow. I've waited for you guys for ages. After splitting the sword stone in two, she continued flying towards the few large birds. Just then, a girl jumped off one of the large birds. In her hand was a large blade longer than a person. She swung it forcefully. At this time, Chu Ran saw some large birds flying towards them in the distance. Each large bird had a person in armor sitting on it. The people in armor shot arrows towards Chu Ran and the others again. Yao Ji came before Chu Ran. She swept out a wave of sword energy with a flick of her hand. There are dragon blood women inside. They are much more powerful than the dragon blood men before. Just then, a spear flew out from the woods below. It pierced Ao Miao's rear end. You can feel the intense pain through the screen. With Ao Miao's mini-map, Chu Ran and the others proceeded smoothly, but Yao Ji always felt that everything was too easy. Soon, they arrived at a forest. Yao Ji explained that ahead was the Divine Wood Forest. Charon could actually summon undead creatures. Charon explained it with a few quick words. Then he threw Ao Miao out to scout ahead. Little did they know, not far behind them, a girl was standing in a tree, watching them, and telling him if you don't do it, just go back yourself. How could Charon let others say he couldn't do it? Immediately summoned Ao Miao. Yaoi was stunned. Didn't expect the spiritual pressure here to be so high. Seeing Chu Ran's cowardly look, Yao Ji couldn't help but feel speechless. Men are men. He's still daydreaming at this time. What a disgrace. Just then, Yao Ji pulled Chu Ran aside, and covered his mouth. The next second, several dragon bloods walked past. Until the dragon bloods left, Yao Ji sighed. Seeing his exceptional talent, he took him back to the sect and made him his disciple. 10 years ago, the headmaster was murdered. Before his death, he passed the position of headmaster to him, but the major factions within the sect had not completely submitted to him as the headmaster. At this moment, he suddenly remembered that Yao Ji's memory had been downloaded. So he opened the video and watched. Only then did he learn that Yao Ji was also a person of suffering. His parents were killed by the Yao race when he was young. He was saved by the previous headmaster of Mount Yao. To become the chief of the killing sect, one must ascend to the Divine Wood Forest via martial arts, and obtain the celestial nature to be qualified to lead the sect. Chu Ran finally understood. No wonder Elder Hong was so arrogant. It turned out that he, the chief, had not been fully recognized. At the same time, she pushed the cleaver back, instantly killing the dragon blood warrior. Then she continued deeper into the area with Chu Ran. Chu Ran asked in confusion, aren't we supposed to refrain from using true chi? Yao Ji replied that she had just used a weapon. Then she jumped off the cliff. The two dragon bloods instantly moved. The last dragon blood warrior dodged Yao Ji's attack. Then he hurled the weapon in his hand at Yao Ji. Yao Ji simply deflected the weapon with a single sword strike. Only enemies, here. As they were speaking, several sharp swords quickly shot at them, yet immediately protected Charon in front of her. The long sword in her hand swung, blocking the two swords. What the hell are they? They are the natives of this secret realm, carrying dragon's blood, natural-born dancers. Are they enemies or friends? And made no more sound. Chu Ran was shocked. Facing the direction where the sword envoy flew, I saw a few humanoid monsters with dragon heads not far away. He asked Yao Ji in horror. At this moment, the bear demon relied on his powerful demon clan physique, and didn't die. Suddenly, a sharp sword flew over, directly piercing through the bear demon's heart. That giant body crashed to the ground. But just then, a sudden explosion erupted from the bear demon's body. Yao Ji said without looking back, the spiritual pressure here is 1,000 times higher than the outside world. Anyone who rashly mobilizes their true essence will explode. The demon clan is no exception. This made Chu Ran extremely excited. He could just stand here and keep brushing past midnight. This was simply a treasure trove. Suddenly, a bear demon appeared behind Chu Ran. Raising the axe in his hand, it was about to come crashing down. Yao Ji stated that exiting from here was the true hidden realm. Without further ado, she pulled Chu Ran in. As soon as they stepped out of the teleportation array, Chu Ran saw the system frantically prompting zero pressure increase, starting to charge, and Chu Ran can also break through the limitations of his masculine energy. Just as he said that, the figure of the bare-headed monster appeared in the teleportation array. Yao Ji, however, didn't panic at all. Instead, she continued walking deeper with Chu Ran. In a short while, another massive teleportation portal appeared before them, so that I can be cleansed and transformed by the power of the stars, remold my physical body. Once I obtain him, Yao Ji can wash away her old injuries, and resume being an immortal. The so-called secret realm is similar to the existence of a dungeon in a game. It's a sacred training ground for major sects or a place where special cultivation resources are produced. And every 100 years, a divine wood star will be produced in the Yao Mountain sect's secret realm. I will refine it into my body. And asked, what place is this? This is the secret realm of my Yao Mountain sect. It's also the burial place of successive sect masters. Under Yao Ji's explanation, Chu Ran finally understood. Immediately after, Chu Ran was fully revived. This attribute was also enhanced. At the same time, he unlocked the AK-47's permissions. Chu Ran couldn't help but feel delighted. He quickly followed Yao Ji. When Chu Ran stands up to observe the surroundings, he discovers that the place is filled with swords, and there is a sword in the middle, a gigantic sword. Then the system prompted again, New World Exploration Research Contribution 1% reward granted. The system begins to charge. At this time, the Demon Empress also reminds Chu Ran. The spiritual pressure here is 10 times that outside. If you act rashly, you will die immediately. Pulling Chu Ran inside, Chu Ran felt like he had fallen into water. Fortunately, he surfaced shortly after. Otherwise, he would have suffocated. At this time, the system prompted that it detected an increase in spiritual pressure. Speaking of which, just as Yao Ji activated the formation, the bear demon found them. He leaped into the air, swinging his axe towards them. Luckily, Yao Ji activated the teleportation array in time. They can step on men at will. They can treat men like popsicles and lick them. Even little girls who haven't even finished puberty are snatching men to be their male companions. This kind of world. Do you like it? Yao Ji would reach out her hand and press a button on the wall. Suddenly, a magic formation would light up. However, just then, the bear demon caught up with them. Just how terrifying are women all over the world? I led him onto the wrong path. We won't be able to evade him for long. Yao Ji asked him to follow her. She told him that she knew a place where they could hide. Each time they came to a waterfall. Don't hit me. When seeing Charon trying to save herself at such a critical moment, does it mean he has no malice? Yao Ji didn't say anything about it, but asked about the current situation. A big-chested man is pursuing us. As soon as it was injected, Yao Ji abruptly opened her eyes. Seeing him awake, Charon was scared and stepped back quickly. I'm detoxifying you. Although it's quite useful in the game, he's not sure if it's effective in reality. Unexpectedly, in the movie, they inject it straight into the heart. He gritted his teeth. He directly jabbed it towards Yao Ji's heart. That's too expensive, isn't it? 300 points is enough to buy a 2x scope. He knew that just running away wasn't a solution. He still had to find a way to wake Yao Ji up. So he bought a shot of adrenaline. Through the built-in mini-map of Aomiao, Charon saw that he had successfully lured the bear demon away. Just then, the system prompted that Aomiao had consumed 300 points, asking if he wanted to continue. Chu Ran couldn't help but gasp. So Charon poured some buckets of water on the grass on the side, and then let Aomiao take this to lure the bear demon away. But Aomiao has a look of disgust. Finally, under Charon's lewd power, Aomiao had to compromise. But they are straw men dressed in their clothes, and there is a C4 in the straw man's arms. From afar, Chu Ran sees the C4 explode successfully, but it still can't give the bear demon any substantial damage. At this moment, Chu Ran summoned Aomiao, monitoring the bear ogre's movements. He discovers the bear ogre tracks by scent, so an idea forms in his mind. Soon the bear ogre follows the scent. Chu Ran was about to run away, but he couldn't just leave Yao Ji alone. He couldn't bear to do it. So he carried Yao Ji and ran away into the distance. He had to find a place to help her detoxify the poison. He must have been poisoned. He's injured and poisoned. Could he just give up? At this moment, there was a rumbling sound not far away. It was the bear demon who had chased up. It crashed down onto the ground with a loud bang. At this moment, the system alerted him to being attacked by poisonous true qi. Starting to charge, he saw Yao Ji collapse to the side. He didn't have the system to absorb the attack, bring the man back alive. And she didn't care about the other's fate, because Yao Ji was injured. Her strength had regressed. Soon, they were caught up by the attack. She herself will go to the sect's secret realm to retrieve magical treasures for defense. Before leaving, she didn't forget to take Chu Ran along. Seeing that Yao Ji had run off with the man she coveted, The red-clothed demon ordered the giant snake beneath her to unleash a purple true chi attack. At the same time, she instructed the bear demon to chase after them. This bear demon's fur is too thick. Even a 98K can only inflict minor injuries. Looking at this, they will soon be at a disadvantage. Yaoji asked Zhongzhang to lead the disciples back and retreat, activate the grand formation and guard the mountain gate. But the mountain gate side was clearly no match for the demon beasts. Seeing that a disciple was about to be killed by the bear demon, Chu Ran fired a spear at the bear's head. However, the bear demon only suffered a slight annoyance. Chu Ran was startled, as countless beams of light shoot towards the monsters. See, Sect Master, you've arrived just in time. Instead of going to defend your mountain gate's turtle shell, why not have a good fight here first? Get on with it. Humans and demons instantly engaged in battle. It chuckled. Countless blood-red eyes appear from the jungle behind it. Clearly, it had come prepared. A moment later, a colossal spaceship flies forwards. Ha ha. You're the one who calls for reinforcements from the mountain gate. I traveled thousands of miles, and it was you I was looking for. Yaoji tries to drive back the red demon with this. Who knew the demon would not bat an eye? A vibrant mushroom cloud instantly erupted from where Yaoji had been standing. Chu Ran was completely stunned by the sheer power. Fortunately, Yaoji dodged the attack. She reappeared behind him. Signal, huh? Looks like he's resorting to calling for backup when he can't win. But he dodged it deftly. Then he picked up the pipe in his hand, and took a deep drag, and exhaled. A huge pillar of red light shot towards Yaoji, and even more interested in Churin. Suyan asked him to stay with her for another half a year. Yaoji cannot help but be furious. Lightning entwined her body. She launched an attack on the big demon in red. I am not interested in you. You should stop making things difficult for Our Lady. Let's not get in each other's way. Part from now on, alright? But the red-dressed demon became even more excited. Try it, I dare you. Suddenly, a gunshot rang out. The smoking pipe on the red-clothed demon's pipe was shot out of her hand. Chu Ran was aiming at her with a 98K. My dear, this is the human race's territory. It's not your turn, a mere demon, to run wild here. I came here to run wild, that's exactly what I'm doing. You, a mere golden core cultivator, dare to challenge me? I am a golden core cultivator, and I have the ability, so come and try. I'll make you my man for the next 3 months. You're too late. He's already mine. Yours? You, a golden core who can barely stand, dare to compete with me? Chu Ran was startled and backed away repeatedly. Why did she even lick him? Does she think he's an ice lolly? The little handsome guy smells so good. I've decided. What are you shouting about in the middle of the night? Chu Ran chuckled and said they were just passing by. They were about to leave, but the woman in red wouldn't let them off that easily. The next second, she appeared beside Chu Ran. She sniffed him and then stuck out her tongue, licking his face. Yao Ji, however, was horrified. Within 100 miles of the ancient giant horse mountain gate, when did such a giant demonic beast appear? Immediately afterward, a woman in red appeared on the snake's head. She yawned boredly. She has no idea what's going on. Just then, the earth suddenly began to shake. A gigantic tongue appeared behind them. Chu Ran was completely dumbfounded. How could the tongue be so huge? She absorbed his true essence of the half-step nascent soul. Now his cultivation has regressed. His old injuries have also recurred. He can't even handle a disciple who has just entered the sect. But Chu Ran is completely clueless. Unexpectedly, it was tripped by a branch. Churin hurriedly helped him, but was suddenly pushed away by the kill machine. Don't need your hypocritical help. He was foiled by Chu Ran's searching soul technique. At this moment, the tree's eye slowly opened. The seriously injured stone kiln machine walked out from the side. Churin hurried over. Seeing Churin, the kiln machine wanted to carry Jin Yuan again to attack him. She didn't know where she was. She found a large stone. Thinking it was something, she knocked on it. Little did she know that the stone she thought it was actually an eyelid. She fell towards the ground with Chu Ran. Luckily, Chu Ran used thousandfold seal in time. This allowed him to survive with half a life. But her already meager mana was completely drained. She looked around. It was Yao Ji who appeared. She seemed to be taking Chu Ran somewhere. They flew until it was night. Suddenly, Yao Ji coughed up another mouthful of ketchup. The flying sword beneath her instantly vanished. He socked Chu Ran hard. Then Chu Ran transformed into the brightest star in the universe. Chu Ran didn't know how long he had been flying. When it seemed he would crash to his death, a silk ribbon wrapped around his foot. Just as he was preparing to leave, Yao Ji covered in lightning appeared behind him. Rage filled his eyes at this moment. What a liar! He roared. Already bewildered, Churin is left even more bewildered. Why did you suddenly hit yourself? Were you testing out the newly learned 1000-weight peak? After he came to his senses, he looked around, but could not see Yao Ji anywhere. She grabbed Chu Ran's collar and yelled, "What did you do to me?" Then she punched Chu Ran's head into the ground. And then she pulled him out. She slammed him against the wall. Suddenly, a mouthful of tomato sauce spurts out. At this time, Yao Wei couldn't take being continuously absorbed any longer. He forcibly severed the connection with Chu Ran. A violent explosion sounded. When Chu Ran opened his eyes, he found Yao Ji staring at him angrily. Not long after, the system prompted that the memory image had been converted to MV mode. Churan couldn't help feeling speechless. How could this format look so frivolous? At the same time, Churan's realm had successfully reached the first level of chi refining, starting to download memory data. He was baffled again. What was this again? At this time, Yao Wei suddenly found out that the soul-searching technique she cast had been reversed by Churan. Furthermore, her true essence was being continuously absorbed by him. Suddenly, Chu Ran received a system notification that there was a real member attack. The system started charging. He was stunned. What was this situation? Then another notification followed. The system has connected to the other party's world C. And he also asked him to be his man. Speaking of Yao Ji passing the exercise to Chu Ran, quietly used the soul-searching technique. Try to search Chu Ran's memory directly, see what his origin is. So it can only be activated for 10 seconds? I wouldn't give you something good. I really don't want to open the guys. This is a snake demon that has cultivated for 10,000 years. He saw Chu Ran for the first time and licked him like an ice cream. This system can directly receive skills transmitted by others. This skill is amazing. Stamina and strength have directly doubled. And there's also mana. 1000-fold edge consumes mana every second, able to shake the heavens and move the earth. When Chu Ran heard this, he knew that it was specifically designed for people who got beat up a lot. He immediately said that he would study it carefully. Okay, I'll teach you that technique right now. Ah. What? I don't know how anyone could think that was weird. Then, Yao Ji said she would teach Chu Ran a set of techniques called 1000 Peaks. At the first level, it can rival the silent Arhat golden body. When one cultivates to the great perfection, their body will be as strong as a diamond. If you endure it, it will leave a grudge in your heart. In the future, it will be easy to encounter a bottleneck when practicing techniques and improving. What you said doesn't sound like a man at all. Instead, seems a bit like a woman's ambition. Praising people this way? Could kill you easily. You're the first person to defy me. If someone like that had killed you, where is my dignity? It depends on whether they will provoke me again. Chu Ran finally relaxed completely. It seemed he had passed the test. Then Yao Ji patted Chu Ran's shoulder. Don't be so reckless next time. The Elder's cultivation at the half-step golden core stage. Wow, are you the reincarnation of Hua Yun Xiexin? Yao Ji looked at the gun in her hand with satisfaction. The power is barely acceptable, but it's far from enough for cultivators above the Zhuji stage. There's still room for improvement. The next second, Yao Ji pulled the trigger. Chu Ran thought, oh, this is it, in his heart. But Yao Ji unexpectedly caught the flying bullet with just 2 fingers. Chu Ran was so scared that he was sweating profusely at this moment. Yao Ji put the gun away and walked behind Chu Ran. Chu Ran had just sighed in relief. Yao Ji hugged Chu Ran from behind, putting the gun against the back of his head again. You telling me I can trust you? You didn't have it with you when you were picked up. Chu Ran immediately stated that she had it with her. You probably didn't notice. So you have many treasures hidden here. Silence for a moment. If he hesitated and said no at this moment, won't you immediately collect your meal ticket and go? Suddenly Yao Ji pointed the gun at Chu Ran. This scared him a bit. Where did you get this thing? If every disciple in our sect could have one, our sect's strength would greatly increase. Can you make this thing? Chu Ran didn't even hesitate. He patted his chest and said that he could make it as long as he was given time. Without it, I would have been bullied to death today. Yao Ji curiously took the gun from Chu Ran. Examining it, she had never seen such an exquisite magic weapon. Could he really be from another world? Chu Ran quickly claimed that he was the one who killed Elder Hong's daughter with this very weapon. It shouldn't be true that he really wanted to kill me. Then he reached into his clothes. In the next second, he pulled out his gun. Immortal sister, see if this can work. And you killed Elder Hong's daughter. Give me a reason not to kill you. Otherwise, I must take your head to appease the Elders' Council's anger. When hearing this, Chu Ran was instantly stricken with fear. But then he realized she protected me. Fortunately, it can be summoned again after the CD cools down for an hour. Suddenly a huge suction force appears. Yao Ji grabs and pulls Chu Ran right before her. he awkwardly greets Yao Ji. You've been here less than half a day. Flips her hand and gives it to the ghost tiger, destroying it to pieces. Chu Ran is dumbstruck. It's dead already? Looks at the system. But in the next second, the ghost tiger charged over as if in heat. It suddenly pounced on Yaoxi's impressive chest. This made Churin, who was sharing the vision, almost unbearable. Yao Ji suspiciously picks up this little thing. At the same time, he gave it a name, Meow. Suddenly, a gust of wind blew through the inner chamber. Churin smelled an enticing fragrance. As he lifted the curtain to look at the gifts, he saw a captivating scene. He couldn't help but be speechless. What can this palm-sized creature do? The next second, a magical scene unfolded. Chu Ran could actually share the ghost tiger's vision. He couldn't help but exclaim, wow, even time travel couldn't erase it. At this time, he discovered that he had unlocked the 98K. Meanwhile, he gained a new skill, Tiger Force Immortal. He tried to activate the skill. A palm-sized ghost tiger appeared in Chu Ran's palm. At this moment, he found that the system could see his attributes. Looking at his 100 charm points, plus the passive skill of natural charm, he couldn't help but start fantasizing. His stunning beauty, he feels refreshed. After the system's 2 recoveries, he feels his muscles are more solid. After bathing, the 2 disciples look at Churin with gleaming eyes. In a short while, he had wrapped him up like a mummy, but with the help of the bandage, the man soon woke up. Then Chu Ran went to Yao Ji's residence. Churin is relaxing in a bath. Then he also flew away. Chu Ran then came to the few male slaves. He pretended to search in his pocket. He actually took out a bandage. Then he started bandaging the man who was lying on the ground unconscious. Seeing that he couldn't do anything to Chu Ran at this moment, Elder Hong coldly snorted, and flew away directly. Qiang received a summons from the sect master at this time, asking 2 people to send Chu Ran to the sect master's residence. But Dharma Protector's Golden Bell. Elder Han's Dharma Protector's Golden Bell. Only the sect master can shake him. Do I need to repeat what he meant? The specimen is currently 100% standard. You can get rewards for collecting biological specimens. Won the bet. This was patched. Indeed, even damaged limbs can be regrown. That I can slide right up and send you to the afterlife. Ooh la la. Hey kitty, like my grenade? Ouch. Assembling biological body for study. No one who comes today will be able to save him. This is the last grenade. Hey, you little turd. Can't even finish me off. No use at all. You can't kill this person. Are you using the master to pressure me? If you have something to tell the master, please go to the censorate. With me here, you can't touch this person. Wow, the immortals are fighting. Had enough fun? Time for you to die. I'm done for. It really is true, acting cool is only fun for a moment. Stop. Zhang, how dare you get in my way? The master has ordered, just use them all. Ah. You can force out my flawless essence weapon at best. But it's nothing more than that. Cough. He took out his handgun, quickly came to Elder Hong's side, speed increased by 50%. I'm going, even the bullets can be cut. What other tricks do you have? Dilua, who was standing nearby, suddenly noticed a large amount of smoke rising from the ground. It was the smoke grenade Chu Ran had thrown. At the same time, Chu Ran took the painkiller. His physical attributes all increased. I'm glad I put on the level 3 armor right after buying it. If that hit me just now, I wouldn't be able to play anymore. Elder Hong saw that Chu Ran was still alive. He raised his hand and summoned a huge fire phoenix. He sent it crashing towards Chu Ran. When everyone thought that Charan was doomed, he actually pulled out the sword. From the sight of his torn coat, you could actually see that he was wearing a level 3 vest underneath. He looks at his own remaining health. When Charan just got here, he was captured by a girl. Even asked me to check my own gun. It was said that Charan killed Elder Hong's daughter at the hands of Elder Hong, who pierced his heart with a sword. A sword went through Charan's chest. HM. HM. It is a female-dominant cultivation world. Men can only become breeding tools. The two women nodded repeatedly. He wanted to kill me. I was just pleasuring myself. Elder Hong raised his hand and grabbed the large sword beside him, waved with force. Chu Ran didn't feel a thing. Instead, the system gained energy. Elder Hong then glanced at Chu Ran, then asked the two women, was it he who killed his daughter? He arrived beside Hong Luo's corpse. Who dares to kill me? Lu Er, come out. Such powerful pressure. Facing this intense pressure, when the doors of Lu Ding Hall were blown to smithereens, a large white cat appeared before everyone. Immediately after, Elder Hong, eyes bloodshot, descended upon them with his jade sword. Boom! He landed with a thud. Who knew he was so weak? Such a sharp tongue. If you can survive Elder Hong's pursuit, I might consider giving you a chance to participate in the Lu Ding Hall trials. His words had barely left his mouth. Then he looked at Chu Ran. You just came in and used a magic weapon to act violently. Do you think the rules of my Lu Dingtang are just for decoration? Is there no rule anywhere stating that you can only kill people but not fight back? Besides, I just wanted to teach him a lesson. The woman who had kicked Chu Ran away earlier came out. The two women who came with Hong Luo immediately asked Senior Sister Bai to capture Chu Ran. Who would have thought that the man would come and give the two women a big slap in the face? When my Lu Dingtang does things, when is it your turn to order us around? Status recovery skill, you're so beautiful, 0 points add 100. Just a moment. Chu Ran was fully healed. At the same time, he unlocked medical protection and consumables. Just then, the door of the nearby hall was opened. Mission complete. Collecting samples for research. Biological specimen scan complete. Humanoid biological specimen information collection complete. New bioenergy research contribution, 1% reward released. Could it be that this system also affects the mind? He clearly killed someone, yet his heart is so calm. Suddenly, the system emitted a burst of light, shining on Hong Luo's body. The woman in red had her head blown off by Chu Ran's shot. She fell to the ground. Her two companions were instantly terrified, trembling all over. Senior Sister Hong Luo. She's dead. Chu Ran looked calmly at Hong Luo lying on the ground. The woman in white quickly came to a judge, looking anxious. She asked in confusion, what's wrong? The sect master, there are core disciples inside. The gate being killed triggered the mountain protecting formation. At this moment, inside the Lu Ding Hall, he was startled. Luor, in another grand hall, the sect master was shaking, talking to his subordinates about something. Suddenly, a violent bell rang. If you want to seek your own death, I'll grant you your wish. Times have changed, woman. Meanwhile, inside a certain house, Elder Hong's jade pendant suddenly shattered. But just then, Chu Ran took out a gun and held it up to the lady in red's face. Ah. I'm here to cultivate immortality. I'm not here to be a servant. At this time, the system warned Chu Ran once more. Health value too low. Seems like this system can only absorb a small portion of attacks to charge up. The lady in red slowly walked in front of Chu Ran, grabbing his hair in one swift movement and preparing to cut down. Xiao Qing, Charan suddenly looked up. Just see a giant firebird himself. Oops. Miscalculated. Was impetuous, really, won't fall and just arrive. Then the flames on the arm disappeared. Charan is very happy. This means any magic attack will be absorbed. Invalid for me. Suddenly, the male slave reminded Charan loudly. She waved her hand. A small firebird flew towards Charan. When the attack fell on Charan, the system suddenly prompted that a genuine essence attack was detected. The system was charged and obtained 0.010 points. Charan gave him a hard slap. I hate it most when people say that I'm a weakling. This scene, those male slaves were stunned. A woman in fury drew out the huge saber behind her. I don't know who gave you the balls to talk to me like this. This made Liang Jingru give him the courage. She seized Charan's collar, threatening to sell this weakling to a brothel, where he'd have to receive guests every day. She pinched her chin, and told her to follow her. Chu Ran slapped her hand away. I'd rather die from heartbreak than accompany a mean and ugly woman like you. Suddenly, one of the captured Southerners they brought fell down. His brother quickly asked, "What's wrong?" Who knew that the woman in red would whip her and yell, "What are you yelling for? Don't you see I'm talking?" Then she came to Chu Ran. "I guarantee you'll live comfortably." Chu Ran casually waved his hand. "Let them go wherever they want. He's not interested in ugly women." These words angered the three of them. When the three young women came to Chu Ran, they couldn't help teasing Chu Ran, "Little brother, do you know where this is? The trial of Ludingtang is very terrible. Why don't you follow me?" While he went inside to report the situation, then the three young women came here with some men. Chu Ran couldn't help being confused and surprised. Aren't they demons? How come all the prisoners of war are human? The female disciple chuckled and said, "If you were to sever your roots and become a Buddhist cultivator, you might be able to attain the realm of great completion of the golden core stage, but by then, you would no longer be considered a man." Soon, they arrived in front of a great hall. The man told him stay there. Just looking at the name makes him feel somewhat indescribable. He asks the disciple next to him what the Lu Ding Hall does. The Lu Ding Hall is used to cultivate Lu Ding disciples. It's also the only place in the sect where males are allowed to cultivate. He asks again if it's true that males can only cultivate to the chi refining stage. He's confident that he can certainly continue to live well in this female-oriented Xianxia world. After reaching his destination, Chu Ran was brought to a Xianxia sect called Yaoshenmen, and that woman in red was actually the head of the sect. A moment later, Chu Ran was brought to the Lu Ding Hall. Chu Ran was speechless. This system has an internet addiction. He tried to pick up one of them, and a handgun really appeared in his hand. The bullets could be purchased using 0 points. With this system, Charan was overjoyed. My immortal cultivation sheet is finally here. Chu Ran didn't hesitate and clicked to claim it. As a result, a handgun appeared before Chu Ran's eyes. It even justified it as scientific immortal cultivation. This damn system did it on purpose, right? In my previous life, I swore not to be a kept man again. Now it sent me to this matriarchal world. Suddenly, the system prompted that the host had successfully survived. 72 hours later, the newbie skill can be unlocked. But in this world, men's cultivation limit was only chi refinement. Thus, men here had no status. They were reduced to mere breeding tools, or servants and consumables. This cruel reality made Charan want to cry, but no tears came out. Charan took the opportunity to go to the toilet. He started researching his own system. Only after a systematic introduction did he learn that this was a barbaric continent where humans and demons coexisted. Battles with the demon race could only be won by relying on powerful cultivators. Therefore, the cultivation sects also became forces as powerful as nations. If you can get out of Luo Ding Hall alive, perhaps there's still a chance to renew the past. So, Charan was taken to a spaceship, flying somewhere. It almost scared him to death. His innate spiritual body is quite rare. Let's send him to the side of his skull to cultivate for a while. Perhaps it's useful. Don't you dream about me every day? He picked up the great sword and was about to stab. At the critical moment, the woman in red raised her hand and shot out an energy blast, knocking the great sword from the man's hand. The great sword landed between Chu Ran's legs. Actually, I came for this immortal sister. I'm not from this world. I just often dream about this immortal sister. Then I don't know how I ended up in this place. But the girl didn't believe him at all. Are these guys or girls? One of them, who seemed to be the leader, took out a sword and pressed it against Charan's throat. Ask him who he really is. Suddenly he had a flash of inspiration, pointing at the red-clothed woman who had just patched him up. And so, Charan was kicked back again. With a splash, he fell into the water. He finally crawled out of the water, only to be surrounded by several broadswords. He looked at the people holding swords in front of him. Whoa! He couldn't keep his balance and fell to the ground. At the same time, the system issued a red alert. Suddenly, a gold high heel appeared in his field of vision. He looked up. Another girl. But he was nearly sent back to where he came from by the beauty's punch, in a daze. He heard something like tread on him to shut him up. Knowing their evil intent, he decided to leave quietly. But when he stood up, his legs went weak. He found a beautiful woman with stunning looks curiously staring at him. She was 100 times more beautiful than the other women he had encountered earlier. He had just transmigrated, and a beautiful woman was throwing herself at him. It seemed his luck had turned around. He hoped it would continue. What kind of experience would it be? Chu Ran, simply because he was too handsome, suffered the affections of a group of Thai beauties. As a result, he got too excited and directly collapsed. He unexpectedly transmigrated into a world of cultivation. When he opened his eyes again, I'm not here to be your servant. You're seeking your own death. I'll grant you your wish. Goddess, times have changed. What would it be like to have a battle royale system in the immortal cultivation world? Hey, big brother, I'm sorry about last time. Can we just stick to the script of the competition? Let's forget about those unpleasant things. I'm here to cultivate immortality. Cannot understand why his hostility has become so intense. I told him. I accidentally killed Zhixian's clone. Ling Yun, who's also a time traveler, is furious. Why didn't you tell me earlier? An hour ago. The fairy sister fell into my arms. I shouted who did this. Suddenly looked up. Found out it was that Zhixian Ling Yun again. But the next second, he was pinned down and rubbed against the ground by the Minotaur. To salvage the situation, I pulled out my Gatling gun again. Frantically. This newly crossed over big shot wants a double cultivation with me, and saved Chi-Chi's mother. Then he conjured up a bunch of healing orbs. Though I know Tang Yingxue is in pain, I really like how he looks right now. After receiving the treatment, he surprisingly broke through. Countless bullets forced their way through. In an instant, it was a pile of mincemeat. I looked at the mincemeat before me. Remember to come to my basketball game next time. I rushed to the battlefield. So with Jit Mei's skill, I exchanged weapons. It seems that Wang Liang, the nasty monster, will kill me. But he forgot one thing. That's how big the fellow is. You have to bear with him. Wang Liang attacked. Fortunately, Jige and I dodged it quickly. Stay here and be our slave. You will never escape. Chi-Chi's calls became more frequent. I was unable to describe it. It was just a fight. Did it have to be done so disgustingly? It was too much. And it wasn't over yet. I won't let you off the hook. Enraged, Wang Liang unleashed his ultimate move. Emperor's Nine Sorrows. Torture of the unliving. Looking at the scene in front of me. I'll make him appear soon. Wang Liang had quietly snuck behind me. He was just about to attack me. When I threw a flare. Immediately after, I used Qianchong Phone. Do you want me to show you some basketball? Watch my technique. Big Chicken told me. That guy disappeared. It's alright. Unfortunately, I have Kimita, but no skills. Watch me go rat-a-tat-tat. Damn it. You can actually use a magic treasure. I can use many magic treasures. Then the opponent used a move, the domain of lawbreaking. My stick actually bent. As long as you are in the divine realm of the Yukai, no matter how powerful the magical tool is, it will lose its effect. Ji Gu and I were dealing with this shadowy, seemingly enormous Wang Liang. Suddenly, I heard Chi-Chi's cry for help. I quickly summoned my club. But I didn't expect the opponent to have me. I'm completely no match for them. I myself must lead by example. Chi-Chi sat right on my head. My antelope club went limp. I said, can you please move somewhere else? Just now. And immediately felt disgusted. Meanwhile, Bull Demon King led the monsters to the capital. Everywhere they went, there were cries of misery. As the mistress of the capital, how could she let this continue? For her people. And grabbed my RK-47 and started shooting. You like saving people that much? Let you taste how several holes feel. Big Dick, what is this? He looked at the monsters before him. Those two are disciples from the martial arts sect. Kill him quickly. I'll kill you before I kill them. Two pieces of trash. I saw the fiends killing people at will. Could the ergot we encountered in the forest be the Mad Bone? Suddenly, a large hole was blown in the ceiling of the cave. Damn it, let these guys out. Shoshan City is going to be in trouble. Wang and the other nobleman. I just happened to be passing by here. Nyogue asked where the two Wang Huang bones were. He's setting traps for the master. These two subordinates are useless. Sir, I am greatly shocked. Scared us too, so we ran away. You two have been peeping here for a long time. Do you want to ruin our plan? Master, they are the reinforcements invited by the city lord. Don't just talk nonsense. Lord Quangu has been missing for a long time. The two idiots wasted the boss's hard work. Suddenly, an old chicken heard a feminine voice behind us. Master Nyogue, I haven't forgotten. The blood you provided was too poor. Where are Wang Liang and Quangu? Lord Wang Liang assassinated the city lord. We can't contact him now. A huge hand slowly pushed the coffin open. Seventh brother, what is this again? Judging by its aura, it should be the big guy from the Imperial Authority Wraithring. Congratulations, Master, on appearing in the human world. I am the Ghost King under Master's command. Only to hear that the time had come. These subordinates each slit their own throats. I was also scared stiff. The magic formation is complete. The coffin is opening. We cautiously walked into the tunnel. Looking at the mayor in front of me, I asked Ji Gu what they were doing. This is a ghostwriting array, used for summoning. Looking at the large bull before her, regardless of the impediment to her physical body, she was determined to cut it down from its horse. Turns out just now, I entered the barrier with Ji Gu, hoping for him to lead the way in our exploration. Just now we were on the expressway, and AO1 Miao was burned to ashes. So it looks like I have to do this myself. The young woman from before has since put on her clothes. The demon cultivator's aura seems to be rising from beneath the earth. Chi-Chi hurriedly adds that the general's manor was once a demon-suppressing pagoda. After much deliberation, I've decided that someone must be playing tricks down there. I call upon AO1 Meow. It was so unfair. At this moment, Ji-Gu suddenly flew back. Ji-Gu, what's the situation outside now? Ji-Gu calmly said it won't be long. This is where the calamity shall befall us. Mo Woin also speaks of sensing something amiss here. If you keep doing this, I won't be responsible for you. Mo Woin asked me what you did and that I should be responsible for it. I broke down instantly. I didn't do anything. Suddenly, 7-7 barged in. She saw the way the two of us were. I quickly yelled out, 7-7, it's not what you think. I guess I see you for who you really are. I knew that pretty boy was up to no good. Smiling at me. What are you trying to do? Do you have a special smell on you? Are you really not going to hand yourself over to me for research? Could you please go outside first? A sip of drink was sprayed on his face. What kind of potion is this? It's sticky and icky with a weird smell. Then Mo Woin also entered my bathtub. He seemed to be quite enjoying it. Suddenly, the system prompts that I've obtained an additional skill, the camp cultivation technique. At night, I'm alone, comfortably soaking in a bath. Glug glug glug, just big gulps of drinks. It's too awesome. Mo Woin is startled again, making a fuss. My chrysanthemum is tighter and tighter. Suddenly, she asked me, young hero, what's this feeling? My entire body is surging with immortal energy. This immortal energy is indeed greater than the one from the previous immortal breaking. This is as far as my immortal power can go. The person who tried to assassinate you likely used a weapon with residual miasma. Young hero, do you have any solution? The method I used to help the sister remove the miasma last time definitely won't work. I looked at the woman in front of me. I felt a little embarrassed myself. The woman in front of me was Chi-Chi's mother. Before I could react, everything was laid bare, though I'm a little excited. But her injuries are similar to the immortal sisters. Ji-Gu and I were in the tree, we saw it clearly. This must be what they call a good cabbage getting rooted by a pig. Just as she was about to be rooted by a herd of pigs, I heard dada dada dada. The little girl was also stunned by my actions. I suddenly heard someone nearby. Not far from here. Ji-Gu, go check it out quickly. Are you alright? Two young girls are surrounded by a group of lion beasts. I can only take you here. I said, bro chicken. This place looks so creepy. What is that? Ji-Gu, these monsters are so disgusting. The way you say one thing but mean another is really cute. The night has come so fast. Has the senior sister arrived this quickly? This is the edge of the dark forest. The master has ordered. Are you going to miss me? Stop flattering yourself. Your sweetheart made a deal with me. To protect you. Come on, bro chicken. I've been following you these past few days. I'm still a little unaccustomed to going out now. Luckily, my sister gave me her storage ring before I left. Hi, brother G, you're here. Remember, don't call me fairy sister anymore. Call me sister when no one's around. You know? He scratches his head and grins foolishly. Okay, big sister. Departing by boat in the morning is because we found clues of ancient immortal relics near the competition site. The competition is secondary. You must keep an eye on your Huatang disciples' movements. Fairy sister, don't worry. I'm known as the veteran driver of Mount Akina. So-called shrimp catchers is a tradition of the human race when they first developed Beijing. Nowadays, the human race no longer relies on this resource, but it has been preserved by several major sects. The reason why we sent you there. I'll take them down. Fairy sister, tell me, now is not the time for conflict. The triennial shrimp catcher is about to begin. What the heck is shrimp catcher? The ore vein is the important matter now. Fairy sister, what are you thinking about? I think Firebomb definitely won't let this go. Don't worry, fairy sister. They dared to bully me. You should take me as your disciple. The key is, I also discovered the ore vein. Firecracker, upon hearing about the ore vein, didn't say anything more. Master, are you really going to let that servant off so easily? I completely stuck to the bomb. The sect people understand. These ores are worth a year's worth of training resources. Yao Wei tells everyone. All these heavenly treasures are thanks to me. I hate it the most when others call me a gigolo. This bomb over here has been named by me. Really pissed off. Yao Ji gives everyone ore from the secret realm. Seeing all of these cultivation resources. But you are born with a spiritual body. Very suitable for seizing. I sneered. Why do you always seize me? I'm sorry, I'm not interested in seizing. Hey, it's so unethical of you to ditch us now. Luckily, my system is immune to these spells. Then I unleashed a barrage of gunfire with my machine gun. The next moment, you will become a turtle in a jar. Although your cultivation is insignificant. Oh no, what do I do? The ugly thing's going wild. After running off, he's setting more traps. He's planning to trap us. Suddenly, Mu Wuing disappeared. This big one should be worth some contribution points. GG, fire off a liquid fire bullet. I'm out. Only 3 left. You used them all. What, they're all gone? A rumbling roar came from the jungle. Mu Wuing told everyone. We don't even need to go. The corpse beast is coming over itself. This. Isn't this Urgot? He's a pretty boy. He's not like us, genuine disciples. Who's a pretty boy? How am I not genuine? Just letting you know. We found the source of the dead beasts. I'm saying I have other things to do. Emotional support will suffice. Shichi pointed at me and said, I think it is unlikely that the demon sects created the corpse fiends. Have you guys figured it out yet? Can you stop dropping in out of nowhere? You're giving me heart attacks. You'd pay for it, right? Mo Wuing said. Shichi did not trust what Mo Wuing said. I will ask Miss Chichi. What did you come here for? I heard there were corpse fiends here, so I came to investigate. The demonic shadow puppets have come out. This guy is even more powerful than your lover. Mo Wuing told Chi-Chi. Demon sects also differ between sects. I personally have no interest on those monsters. Ji Gu was just glanced at. Shi sure was scared out of his wits. I asked him what was wrong. This guy actually told me that this demonic cultivator has at least the strength of a Yuaning stage 5 cultivator. Chi-Chi's greatsword is already eager for battle. She needs to avenge her senior sister. Mo Wuing doesn't take Chi-Chi seriously at all. It's a pity, it's like hitting a stone with an egg. I raised my gun and shouted, let her go. Chi-Chi trembled, clutching her sword. You're a devil cultivator. Hello everyone, my name is Mo Wuing. Don't worry, I'm not interested in someone as undeveloped as you. Hearing that she was underdeveloped. Even a ghost cultivator is attracted to you. You're very special. Can you lend me your body? Hey, don't suddenly jump out and scare me, okay? Are you trying to scare me to death? Otherwise, let me study your vermilion bird. If it weren't for me, would you lot even be standing here, talking big? Oh my god. This act is just, wow, you're handsome. Don't forget who drove back the demon race. And who was it who hid like a coward for 3 days? Who was too scared to leave the house when people were yelling at the door? And who was it that tried to steal the credit? Only to get beaten black and blue as soon as they showed up? Choose you? Everyone around was shocked when they heard that. Elder Hua still wasn't convinced. Who knows how he cultivated so quickly? I burst into laughter. You bunch of trash dare to doubt me? All day long, all you do is indulge in your crafting. When the crisis was upon us, you were nowhere to be seen. Yao Ji's anger caused her to smash the table with a single palm strike. Chu Ran reached Qi condensation stage 2 in just a few days. I won't choose him. I told the old fire priest before my eyes. Is your brain damaged? How dare you dare to object? I see you as a complete waste. The fire priest then turned his attention to Yao Ji. I smiled and said, there's always a first time for everything. Yao Ji told Elder Hua that she had accepted me as her closed-door disciple. Elder Hua was so angry that he shouted, this is a disgrace to your teacher. Who says I'm a skull? Greetings, all masters and seniors. My handsome face drives the little sisters around me crazy. This mountain gate is becoming more and more popular. When can men also enter the sect as disciples? I was out for a few days, but I did a big thing for the sect. You now hide that skull. And anything is fine. I pushed open the door. Humans and demons are sworn enemies. Eliminating demons is our responsibility. The Taoist sect leader was in critical danger. But you've been missing for several days. The elders on the side also began to talk a lot. I'd like to ask the sect leader for guidance. Why haven't you returned for several days? Shouldn't you give me an explanation? I've warned you many times about going to the demon territory to plunder. Shouldn't you give me an explanation for that as well? Pass down the order. Those pursuing the enemy must not go too deep. Beware of ambushes. Just after he finished speaking, Elder Hor rushed in, covered in explosives. I have a question. Being very disdainful. Only to chase when they're all gone. What an opportunist. Inside the main hall, a subordinate reported to the sect leader. The main force of the demon clan has retreated to 100 miles away. So he called his subordinates to retreat immediately. The fire elder on the other side was able to arrive. Don't let them escape. Kill all the demons without mercy. I picked my nose. I stabbed him with such a thick stick. It directly shattered his fragrant hair. Seeing his utterly miserable state, I excitedly said, "Are you still up for it?" Bai Sujin knew he was no match for me, calling everyone little friend. Bai Sujin looked at my thick club. He seemed to be reminiscing about something. I asked him if he wanted to continue fighting. He's called Bai Sujin. Scared, Bai Sujin could only ask what kind of weapon it was. With one blow, Bai Sujin was knocked unconscious. My actions also earned me the inexplicable admiration of the onlookers. Next up, it's my turn, Brother G, and launched an attack on me. Such paltry skills, daring to show off in front of a master. I pulled out my antelope club from my trousers. Bite my club again if you dare. Dama only saw the antelope club increase exponentially. Don't get in my way, or I'll kill you too. Little snake spirit. It seems I need to give you a lesson. I think you're asking for death. Bai Sujin opened her huge mouth. You think a mere low-level vermilion bird can stop me? Not at all. It's just that GGE said his aura would be useful. Seems it's not effective after all. Get out of my way, you pale-faced boy. I didn't expect this guy to be so unreasonable. He launched a sneak attack from above. Luckily, GGE is agile. Dodged the attack. Bai Sujin's face was contorted with fury at this moment. To feel such a strong wire. It doesn't feel like Fire Elder's spirit beast. At this moment, the sky had already begun a head-on attack. Following an explosion, the smoke and dust dispersed. I found that he escaped. Not exactly the beauty trick, but we can spice things up a bit. Ji-ge, show them your wire stunt. After being hit by your stunt, these little demons will fall like a meteor shower. Bailu is watching. Watch me, Fahai, eliminate your Dharma form. Yo, are there no women in Yaoshan Monastery? How can you make a man stand out? And she even dressed so scantily. Is she trying to use the beauty trick? Hello, little sister. White Snake is shocked. How could it be you? You're just a tiny snake demon. How dare you be so arrogant? As soon as he finished speaking, a flame erupted from the ground. Roasting a giant snake should be quite delicious. Bai Sujin was shocked. Why would the soul-burning flame be here? I'm flying in the sky on Brother Chicken. In an instant, the Great Mountain Guard formation has been shattered, and the disciples have become panicked. My little ones, charge into the Yao Mountain sect. Leave no survivors. And then was sent flying with a slap. 1,000 years ago, Yaoshan sect was flourishing, but now there are only useless clowns, so there is no need for it to exist. Then Bai Sujin fired a laser beam from her mouth. It just so happened that Bai Sujin does not play fair. She changed her body to be huge, then yelled at him as she swung in front of him. How annoying. The elder was shocked at first. Several attacks came. It worked. Bai Sujin is not a vegetarian either. Faced with the emperor, she transformed into a giant python. When women fight, they compare who is more savage. Damn it. This demon repelled my fire phoenix. He's completely unscathed. You keep an eye on the other little demons. I'll deal with him. Elder Fire leaped up. Bai Sujin burst out laughing. There is really no one in Yenshan sect. He actually uses some flashy but weak moves to make fun of us. With a flick of his tail, he defeated all of them. Are you afraid of stealing credit? The goddess has gone to activate the mountain protection formation. She asked me to act according to the situation. The Fire Elder pulled out his bomb, and used the technique of Fiery Phoenix scorching the plains. This formation is indeed quite impressive. I should say it's huge. I don't give a damn. Morning or night, it doesn't matter. Why come now at this moment? The young lady. Next, it's time for Ji-Gu and me to show off our skills. Suddenly, 2 streaks of black light, one blue and one red, appeared in the sky. The girl pointed to the sky. It's Elder Fire and the others. What's the situation now? Master Ling, the demons are attacking in force. The Council of Elders has sent out men to fight many times, but they've all retreated in defeat. I will hand Tu Tian over to. She also demanded that I take her out to play. Meanwhile, the snake spirit has already launched a full-scale attack. The 4 of us went through the shortcut. Greetings, Master. Master, you're back. Everyone in the clan can take them. We're rich. We're rich. These can all be exchanged. I was just happy for a moment, but then the fairy sisters sucked them all away. We can still take him outside. The dragon blood warrior summoned her henchmen, and they brought a lot of crystal ore. These crabs are nothing. As long as she can recover, there's no need for all this serving and whatnot. Next time we come, let's hope we can avoid a fight. I'll bandage his body first. Though the flame has gone out. Anyway, this child seems to like you quite a bit. From now on, you can have them do whatever you want. I'll lose my mother and daughter. What kind of outrageous remark is that? I crouched down and told Wuji. The dragon blood dancer was stunned for a moment. Then she said, as long as you're willing to save my daughter, I'm willing to swear an oath on behalf of my entire tribe. We will serve you for generations to come. The fairy sister looked at me and said, whether you want to save him is up to you. There are many resources there. If we could subdue the dragon blood tribe, it would be greatly beneficial. I have no reason to save him. Our people and your dragon race have slaughtered each other countless times. It's not something that can be resolved with a single act of kindness, or two. Your daughter has been burnt by the fire for too long. Even Hua Tua couldn't save her. He can't be saved here. Please take him to the outside world. I'll tell the fairy sister in secret. A tough battle is imminent. The dragon blood dancer looked at his injured daughter. His eyes filled with tears. Begged me to save his child. Yao Ji told him, when you weren't looking. Bro Ji, what are you doing? How could you try to steal something when I wasn't looking? The demons have already begun to attack the mountain gate. Sister Immortal told me to prepare myself. I grabbed her neck. What are you eating? Your Majesty risked his life to save you, and you won't even let me have a sip of the herbal medicine? Not even a sip? That's too heartless. Yao Ji looked at the cake in front of her. Thoughtful. He still opened his mouth and swallowed it. He instantly regained his strength. Benji was eager to have a bite. I'll exchange for medicine for the immortal sister first. Yao Ji and Benji watched me gesturing alone in the air. They thought I had a mental problem and had gone crazy. Immortal sister, try this. With the gunshot ringing out, the person fell to the ground. System prompt, kill super clone, mainline mission progress increased by 2%. Obtain store. The system, my spiritual power points can be directly exchanged for goods now. I'm going to shoot your copper mirror artifact. It's not you who can balance the zero pressure. It's your copper mirror. My target was him from the beginning. Die. I managed to shoot him in the abdomen. You guys have been planning this in secret for so long. And this is all you got? Elemental system detects increased pressure at level 0. Begin charging. I unleashed all my anger on Zhixian. I grabbed the gun and rushed towards him. Just you wait, I'm gonna blow your head off. He used his hand to block my gun barrel. Though my chest was pierced by the ramrod. The system can no longer grant me fire immunity. I yelled for Ji-gu. Help me out of this. I didn't expect the bullet to miss. It almost severed my throat. I didn't expect my attack to be blocked again. Damn it. The Antelope Club can turn into a rope? Playing with fire will get you burned. Crap, I'm entangled by the Antelope Club. His attacks fail to take effect. This bear-like kid is just causing trouble. It seems I need to move my plan up. I'm aiming for his head. A shot to the head, bang. Don't pretend to be dead. Let go of Lady Goddess, or I'll punch you full of holes. Zhixian calls for his antelope cane. But he never expected that to Tien. The expression of pain conveyed through every cell in my body. I looked at the stupid chicken playing dead. Thinking of slacking off, but it won't be that easy. It was my injection. Get up and work. If this shot misses, we're all going to die. The immortal sister has been pierced through the chest, and she's being rubbed on the ground by the other party. With a gentle push of her finger, she shook and struck. The system suddenly sent a warning. Spiritual pressure has returned to normal. Cessation of charging. This guy used a barrier to balance the spiritual pressure here. I pulled out my sniper rifle again. This guy truly lives up to being Sun Wukong's incarnation. He just won't die. Every time he gets hit. Stupid chickens are always the most miserable. Right at this critical moment. Good thing I hit that bastard. Otherwise, I'd be a woman. Yeah. I hit him. Strike while the iron's hot. The dumb chicken and the immortal sister are attacking from both sides. I'm going to blow your head off. I'm no man. The bullets empowered by the immortal goddess are just awesome. This guy is still bullying little kids. He has no idea that danger is approaching. Benji told me. He wants to use dragon blood magic to open your portal. I've got my sniper rifle loaded. Ready for a fatal shot. I'm aiming. Wouldn't that be awesome? Just then, Benji flew over and yelled. You two are still chatting? Something's happened. I saw the zigzagging line in the distance. That guy actually killed all the Dragon Blood clan. At this moment, a plane appeared in the sky. I know this must be the airdrop reward from the system. Oh my god. It's an RW. If we had golden dragon bullets. But you're all happy about it. Get up quickly. Don't play dead on me. Sigh, I really am just a tool. He's healed and now he's denying me. I have a way to dispel it. But I need your help. What the hell is this ghost spiritual cultivation technique? It's clearly grafted another part onto me. Your health bar is empty. But the next second, Lin Chong absorbed the cells again. Now it's all over. Your potent medicinal herbs can't even be restrained by immortal power. The pottery chicken stuns the turd bird with electricity first. And uses magic to grow a protective shield. I'll use the frying pan for a surprise attack. Sure enough, through system scanning, I can restore my physical condition. Skills cooldown reset. I use a first aid bandage to treat the immortal sisters. Injuries. Even after recovering from my injuries, I still have to worry about the immortal sister. I looked at my chest, where the spirit energy had damaged my tissues, and they wouldn't heal. But at this very moment, the 0 points were insufficient again. I glanced back at Benji. When he wasn't looking. Other men are just slaves. While I live like a dog. It's better to be dead. Being hunted and trampled on like this is maddening. I'd rather be a slave. I should save those two little trash first. These two bastards will still rely on this great king in the end. I recovered my strength in the big pot of the stupid chicken. But a big hole appeared on the fairy sister's chest. In this world where female power prevails, I was just about to parry his attack with my frying pan, when suddenly Lady Immortal stepped forward to shield me, and ended up in this sorry state. Dumb chicken realized that Zhixian had actually impersonated him when he was acting as Ji Ling. Looking at the current situation, I am not his match at all. Lady Immortal will take me out first. But some natives just had to come and cause trouble. I looked at that Jishian who charged out from the ground, and found out the guy was totally unaffected by spiritual pressure. You fight first. Your king is going to yo-yo. That guy blocked the attacks using antelope sticks to change into wings. You two will die today. There is no antelope here. The foolish chickens but was already smoking. Luckily, I had a shield. Otherwise, I would have definitely been toast. The silly chicken looked at the energy waves we emitted, and they dazzled his dog eyes. This foolish chicken wasn't so lucky. If you want to live, hand over the medicine formula now. Yao Ji grabbed my arm. He planned to merge with me to fight together. While aiming, energy continuously poured into my body. Yao Ji and I, one in front, one behind, were prepared to fight this guy to the death. You guys attack first. This king will take the lead. We dodged Jishian's attack. It's so huge. It's a good thing I dodged quickly with the immortal sister. Otherwise, it definitely wouldn't be able to be kept. Benji threw the 3 bullets he had prepared over. Only 3 bullets, each shot must hit. She slowly rose into the air. Even if all of you are at the Yuaning stage, you'll all die here today. The breaking immortal pill is so powerful. Oh my god. In the end, I almost got my brains blown out. He looked at me healed and cried out, "Why aren't you dead yet? We won't hang up even if you do." I'm holding an ACAS-7 and I'm ready to teach him a lesson with the fairy sister. Yao Ji was surrounded by electric light. Female immortal. I think I can still save the situation. Then take out the first aid kit. This stupid chicken is still attracting firepower. I wanted to give the enemy a heavy blow. Pick up the female immortal and run away. Female immortal, eat my Hercules pill. Your body will change involuntarily. But I'm not so lucky. Impale through the body by a technique wielded by this so-called Monkey King. And also launched an attack. As expected, Yao Ji was also hit. He dares to covet my antelope target despite being so weak. I'll blow up a couple of grenades to create sunlight first. The man attacked me right after he finished speaking. I wanted to block his attack with the frying pan, but unfortunately, he was just too strong. I was knocked flying. The fairy sister saw me being bullied. It's him. His clone actually remained in the seal. Yao Ji couldn't believe that a man could have such a powerful aura. I asked who the man in front of me was. Why did he steal my staff? Your staff. You're so greedy. You deserve to be blown up. I was blown several meters away by the shockwave. A handsome man appeared before everyone, holding an antelope staff. Little chicken squawked. The popping sounds tingle all over me. Quickly release it, or you'll burn to death. The system has recognized my antelope rod. I must get it. This silly chicken still mocks me as an idiot. I looked at the task before me. It's telling me to hurry up and kill monsters to upgrade. The mission is like this. Raising dogs is impossible. I firmly grasped this antelope rod. Why would you refuse this great king? This antelope stick. Let me scan it with the system. Suddenly, prompts me to unlock the mainline mission to the top of the world. Completing 100% can open up world travel. She was knocked back by the light emitted by the antelope staff. Heaven-grade divine weapons choose their own masters. How can mortals like you possibly control it? My precious darling. From today onwards, you belong to this great king. It's physics. It's called a Rupert's drop. The tail is its weak point. The immortal sister couldn't help but reach out for the antelope staff. As soon as her hand touched it, then I pulled out a frying pan from my pants, and hit its tail with it. The shield broke. The stick also got smaller. How did it break? Who would have thought it would be dozens of tons of antelope horn? There's also a protective shield around it. The celestial maiden and I were dumbstruck. What's this tail? I suddenly had a flash of inspiration. You're so beautiful, chicken. But have you ever seen such a long antelope? The light emitted from it was so unbearable that even a celestial maiden finds it hard to endure. Unexpectedly, just now, this stupid chicken wanted to lead us to find treasure. You stinky little chicken. Despicable and shameless. I don't believe you. The dumb chicken suddenly screamed before it died. Wait, I know there's a huge secret in this blessed land. That the vermilion bird bloodline is the most precious. Just one drop of blood can bring in endless wealth. Then should we refine it? Don't refine me. Didn't you want to take me as your spirit pet before? Speak up, or I'll roast you. My bloodline allows me to use true essence magic here. The dragon race thought I had earth-shattering magic power in order to defeat me. The immortal sister turned out to be incompetent in the end. The kiln chicken told me. Just who are you? Why aren't you even afraid of this king's ultimate skill? It's embarrassing. Your negative spells have no effect on me. Take another hit from my frying pan. He got away again by accident. He's such a noob and he likes to pretend. He still wants to fight with us. He unleashed his ultimate skill, micro-pressure impact, but I remained completely unfazed. This is a storage bracelet. Don't you also have an interspatial tool? I chuckled. I thought mine was just a pocket. It's not the same as yours. How about we make some chicken stewed with mushrooms? Then, the magical chicken summoned a large cauldron, preparing to refine this foolish chicken. I saw the giant cauldron and exclaimed, "Fairy sister, where did you pull that out from? You dare covet this king's body? Stinky little chicken, if you don't want to die, come clean. What race are you?" This guy still won't be honest. Fairy sister. She should be an ancient species with fire attribute. I think the 5 elements restrain each other, but you could use her to stew soup, or wrap her in wet clay to make a beggar chicken. It would be delicious to eat. Good luck and great fortune. Tonight we eat chicken. Fairy sister, tonight we'll have roast chicken. The roast chicken told me, "What kind of magical artifact is that? Why have I never seen this before?" As the saying goes, a grandmother's pancake. One isn't enough. 2 stews, would you like to try them again? How dare you attack me? I pulled out a frying pan from my pants. Go to hell. You'll taste the power of my frying pan. It hurts so bad. You'll pay for it. Heaven's gold netherworld blade. Ao Wu Miao suddenly appeared behind the silly chicken, and he detonated the bomb in his mouth. You despicable villain. The fairy sister strikes first. The roar of the explosion shook the sky. Little chick, I'll take you on. You underestimate this king. I instantly felt like I was going to be rich. Suddenly, that stupid chicken appeared above us. The spiritual pressure here is normal. How can you fight me? Fiery underworld king Vajrapam. Colorful crystal stones in front of me. I asked the immortal sister what they were. Tai Jingjing. The raw ore can be refined into celestial mechanisms. Seeing so many mineral crystals, I saw the stupid chicken lying in the spiritual spring. The dragon blood girl's self-healing potion is likely related to this. The immortal sister's chick is hiding here. Suddenly, the system prompted that the spiritual pressure has returned to normal. Looking at when we landed and began to investigate, we found that he had already run away. Awo Miao, find him quickly. I'll reward you with some good stuff. Because of the shared vision. Isn't this little chick a divine beast? How could he be so weak? This guy's strength has regressed. He's relying on his ability to use true essence to deceive and cheat in this world. He's like a roasted chicken attacking a chick with all his might. You wanted to eat me just now, didn't you? The sorceress slowly rose into the sky. The clumsy chicken saw the situation was not good and was about to run away, but its rear end still got hit. Goddess. The heavenly maiden descended in a new form. I discovered she can use true energy now. Yao Ji looked at the bandages on her body. I immediately realized this thing can block the spiritual aura here. The clumsy chicken beside me was so scared that it could only poop on the spot. It really worked. Then prepare to show your true skills. With a dazzling flash of white light, both dumb chicken and wolf Meow were stunned by the sight before them. The new look left everyone speechless. It seems Ao when Meow is his nemesis. The two were fighting fiercely on the side. I didn't feel like bothering with them. I quickly checked my pants for something that could stop the fireworks. I wrapped the binding around the immortal sister's arm. The guy had eaten the magical sword and turned into a corpse. Go eat all those dragon bones. Ao when Meow was eating them with great relish. The smelly chicken was going to stop him. This fire, it didn't look like any ordinary fire. It was burning only one place. I started scratching my head at this point, not knowing what to do, so I called out to Awo Meow. I'm running, you idiot. That fire can't be extinguished. I was just about to fight to the death with the stupid chicken, when the weak divine sister shyly called me. I turned around and realized that the fire had covered my entire body. Flame Diamond Claw. Ever since I practiced dual cultivation with the divine sister, my speed has greatly improved. Hurry up and extinguish the fire on the divine sister, otherwise I'll strangle you. How dare you use your true energy here, you little punk. You can use it. Why can't I? Take another slap. You bastard, you dare injure this great king. You're dishonorable. Only a fool would be honorable with you. I'll crush you. You little chick. You don't know the sky is high and the earth is thick. I'll punch your kidneys out, you'll see, 1,000 peaks. You dare threaten me? You'll feel my wrath. That punch hurt my face so badly, and that kick landed on my handsome face. You despicable, shameless scoundrel. So I pulled out my AK-47 and let out a crazy. The little chick was screaming and wailing from my shooting. I pointed my gun at the stupid chicken. Quickly tell me how to put out the fire, or I'll turn you into a honeycomb. While I have my system to protect me, the goddess sister wasn't so lucky. I tried desperately to extinguish her, but I was powerless. This stupid chicken was still leisurely wanting to roast the fairy sister to a crisp. Yao Ji has this aura down pat. Looking at the scene before me, I suddenly felt a little overwhelmed. Just now, this little chick used fireworks to try and roast us. The chicken couldn't believe its eyes. While we were bickering, flames slowly started to appear on the immortal sister's body. A woman like this is already beautiful enough. She's still captivating even as a mummy. The system warned me. True chi attack detected. Charging 0.020 points. Is this all you've got, little chicken? Your fire is cold. Are you joking? Immortal sister, why don't we capture him and make him our pet? You bastard. You've angered this great king. Soul-burning fire. As these flames approached me. No way, such a grand spectacle for just a tiny chick? Damn it. You dare call me a chick? Get down on your knees and apologize. I suggest you kneel down before me. You dare to be so insolent in front of me? It might be an ancient divine beast. It looks incredibly terrifying. And actually very powerful. I didn't expect it to be just a stupid chicken. It's not as mighty as my thing, is it? Let's give you a taste of a grenade. I'll blow you to bits. The furious dragon blood queen is ready to summon her spirit to devour us. At this moment, a huge shadow appeared in the sky. Sister Fairy, tell me. My mother left behind that handsome man. I'm going to ride it like a big bird. Don't push it. I'll blast you to bits. These bones won't stop bullets. Then we performed a combo move. I defended, she attacked. But the sword energy she released couldn't get out. I realized there was something wrong with this bone. If you don't want to die, surrender quickly. I see the character appearing in the distance. It's the Dragon Blood Queen. This evil human broke my heavenly heart body and shot me with an arrow. She's so audacious, she actually dared to hurt my daughter. I used the 1,000 peaks to protect the immortal sister beneath me. Why didn't my intelligence increase? The female warrior has also reached level 4. Suddenly, the ground started shaking violently. Countless giant dragon bones surged out from the ground. They formed an impenetrable earth dragon. But this stuff was impurities in my spirit. Through the heavenly stars, she helped me temper my body. I closed my eyes and focused. The true words filled my entire body. After tempering, my attributes almost doubled. Countless amounts of energy poured into my body. As a burst of dazzling golden light appeared, the energy bathed Yao Ji's entire body. My body was covered in something like mud. The heavenly sister told me. I actually opened up to the divine sister. I quietly watched. I quietly listened. Yao Ji told me to hold it in. I yelled as loud as I could. It's lying on the ground, unable to move. Next, I'm going to go get the heavenly heart fruit with the divine sister. Looking at the tree in front of me, I can't help but exclaim, it's so big. My goodness. The ghost tiger absorbed a higher organism and gained a new skill, Devour. I don't understand what Devour does. You just saw On Meow open its mouth and start chewing on the machete. That's too ruthless. It ate a round belly and a fat head in just a few bites. Unless I become a celestial being. Maybe my physique is different from ordinary people. The system starts scanning the biological research. Contribution increased by 1%. Status recovery skill cooldown reset. Don't believe me? Just try again. Tu Tian noticed something was off about me. So he had no choice but to flee on his eagle. The kiln woman told me. I can use the elixir here. A mere trifle, daring to show off your skills in front of an expert. Do you know it's not polite to hit someone in the face? Why are you guys so unprincipled? You're despicable. You're actually using your true energy here. Of course. But Lu Sun once said, if you lack magical power, an AK will do. I'll shoot you dead. Fu Tian is about to give in. I blocked the sneak attacks of the opponent's men with the 1,000 peaks formation. He was angry that he thought he was so powerful. I didn't take him seriously at all. The spiritual pressure here is useless to me. Then let's see how many of my attacks your turtle can withstand. My divine power can't withstand many attacks. It looked like I was going to die. Thankfully, I was quick. I dodged the fatal blow. I threw a smoke bomb and prepared to run. Tu Tian threw out his mad dragon blade. Is this a wild Wolverine? Tu Tian charged at me with a big cleaver, furious. Great shot. The bullet broke before it even left the chamber. That's too unrealistic. Into the wound. Without blinking, he pulled out the bullet. Then I don't know what he drank. The gunshot wounds on his body healed instantly. My jaw dropped in shock. You're not even a cultivator. Just go home and get your injuries treated. Tu Tian roared in fury, you dare. Look down on our dragon blood clan. Tu Tian directly plunged his hand. This little girl's cultivation shield couldn't withstand a real bullet. Tu Tian couldn't understand why he was hit by a bullet. Yet his body was completely limp. He was basically broken. Now I'm even more arrogant. You want to hurt my woman? Just see if I agree or not. I pulled out an AK-47 from my pants. And just blasted at the little girl. Yao Ji suddenly understood. I never imagined a little girl would be so strong. Yao Ji is starting to lose her strength. I can't use my true essence here. But physical force won't break her celestial body. That's when I suddenly appeared before Yao Ji. Is just the bait to lure you in. Yao Ji wants me to leave first. He's going to hold them back. You want to leave now? Too late. We're fighting now. Yao Ji and Tu Tian are fighting fiercely. He just used his body to block Yao Ji's attack. You actually practiced the Divine Wood Star? This is our domain. The so-called star. He unleashed his ultimate move right away. Tu Tian remained calm and collected. He didn't need to dodge at all. It was his turn to strike. No way. This little girl is so powerful. What's so great about being older? You're not like me, an old piece of meat. The clay oven chicken was furious when someone called him old stale skin. His temper flared instantly. He didn't even bother pretending. I was shocked. How could she be interested in me? Yaoji was very impatient. Little sister, you're not even a woman yet, and you already know how to steal men? I've been waiting for ages. Yaoji told me that she's the Dragon Blood Maiden. Tu Tian is ready to defeat Yaoji. Then she stole my man. Without a word. A sword shot over in a flash. Yaoji blocked the attack with a chi shield. This girl is named Tu Tian. You're really slow. A sword flew out. From the forest. It was aimed directly at Ao Wu Miao's behind. I looked at the eagle in the distance, and there seemed to be a person standing on it. Through shared vision, I formulated a detailed action plan. Yaoji felt that the journey had been too smooth so far. The Divine Wood Forest is right ahead. Just then, this divine sister can help us scout the way. I tossed Owen Miao into the sky. Go and scout for me. Don't slack off. There's a girl watching me from above right now. The divine tree is in the distance. Is that underestimating me? Then I called out to Ao1 Miao. This guy directly ignored my existence. He lunged at Yaoji. Really sorry about that. Could happiness really come so suddenly? The patrolling indigenous people seemed to have not noticed me, but I was already getting carried away by the smell drifting over. Yaoji told me I could leave first. Immortal sister, are you letting me go first? I pulled out my gun and showed it to the immortal sister. Suddenly, I awoke. The maiden was so beautiful. At that moment, Yaoji covered my mouth, telling me not to make a sound. It's just a pity these old sixes are incompetent. They were all wiped out by the goddess sister on the spot. Just as I was reading Yaoji's memory, she pulled me over. He pressed his soft body onto mine. They carry dragon blood. A natural warrior. Only enemies hide behind me here. The goddess sister protects me with all her might. I'm so touched. I looked at the monster in front of me. What the hell is this thing? It's so cool. I quickly asked the fairy what they were. The fairy told me. They are the natives of the secret realm. At this time, the big bear had quietly snuck up behind me. Since you can't use your true energy within the secret realm, the big bear was instantly riddled with holes. A sharp sword suddenly shot out of the forest. The bear died instantly. For a while, I couldn't get in. This is the real secret realm. Entering the secret realm. The system was frantically reminding me, wouldn't this mean unlimited energy? And rebuild your flesh. This big bear is really troublesome. It made me panic. Fairy sister told me that the spiritual pressure and demonic power here repel each other. I'm a little confused after taking the sword. There are a lot of new knowledge points in this episode. The secret realm produces a divine wood star every 100 years. If you can refine it into your body, you can cleanse your marrow and bones. Immortal sister, where is this? This is the secret realm of Maiyao Mountain Gate. The burial place of sorts for every generation of headmasters. All sects rely on the resources from secret realms to maintain their foundations. It's so grand. At this moment, my system also started scanning the new world, exploring and developing. Reward 1%, the manager is too beautiful. It actually leveled up again. It's never ending. The clay pigeon quickly pulled me into the waterfall. It's a good thing I ran fast. Otherwise, I would have been cut in half. Where is this place? This place is so beautiful. I've never seen anything like it in my world. Yaoji pressed her long arms against the stone wall. This big bear is really a dog. It can't change its habit of eating poop. I'm trying to cure you. Don't hit me. What's going on now? That big bear has been chasing us. Yaoji is going to take me somewhere to hide. The fairy sister was poisoned. She's about to die. I don't know if the adrenaline will work. With the advancement of medicine, Yaoji suddenly woke up. So I hoisted her up and ran like hell. I looked at the protruding area in front of me. I didn't know where to start. Never mind, just go for it. Just now, Yaoji was hit by the poison. I watched as she lay there, weak and dying. I looked back at the pursuers. I wanted to leave. But I couldn't bear to leave the heavenly sister behind. Can you please slow down? This is more thrilling than a roller coaster. In Hong saw that we were trying to escape. She ordered the giant snake to spit out a ball of poison. As fate would have it, the giant snake only needs one blow. The skyship will be destroyed. Seeing the situation is bad, Yaoji told everyone to retreat first. Let's go to the East Gate secret realm and get the magic weapon, then deal with them. Greetings, Master. You're here just in time to catch you all at once. This giant snake, it actually flew up. I can fly with this thing. Everyone is fighting everywhere. This is to teach you a lesson. Countless black shadows and eyes gradually emerged from the forest. Soon, a space carrier appeared overhead. It began to fire wildly at the ground. Many disciples jumped down. She's about to call for backup. Honi laughed. So you're from the Yao Mountain Gate. I traveled thousands of miles to find you. The demon emperor sent me. Look, I don't want your life. Honi took a drag of her cigarette. A powerful beam of light erupted from her mouth. The power of that move almost made me pee my pants. Yao Ji shot a feather into the sky. Oh my, you startled me. I'm even more interested in you now. Yao Ji can't take it anymore. She's the first to attack. You humans only know how to ambush. Watching the two arguing, I couldn't help but smile, like a blooming chrysanthemum. If you don't stop now, when I pull out my weapon, don't blame me for being rude. He's already mine. You can barely stand. And you think you can steal a man from me? This is the human realm. A demon doesn't have the right to dictate terms here. I have ice cream on my face. I really like your scent, handsome. Can you be my man for 3 months? The roast chicken nearby impatiently told the goddess. You're late. Why? Is the whole world this exciting? A beautiful woman suddenly appeared beside me. The big snake licked me without saying a word. Hey, what are you doing? A glamorous girl was standing on the snake's body. Miss, sorry, we were just passing by. The little sister was attracted by my handsome face. Fairy sister, how come this snake is so big? It's one thing to be big, but his movements were so agile. Without paying attention. Fairy sister, what do you mean by that? I'm a young man who upholds martial ethics. A rumbling sound, as if something was. A giant rock serpent appeared before us. Yao Ji wanted to kill me at that moment, but she tripped over a tree root and landed directly in my arms. Let go, don't pretend you're upset about my carelessness. It's a shame you got hurt, you little rascal. Yao Ji seems to have been badly injured. They could only fall together helplessly. The system is warning me that my life force is about to run out. Where am I? Is this stone an ancient relic? You con artist, go die. Immortal sister, where are you taking me? Are you taking me on a tour of the world? Hey, are you okay? Otherwise, she would have been riddled with holes. I looked around. I couldn't find the heavenly sister anywhere. Little did I know she was right behind me. He exuded a terrifying aura like lightning. My handsome face was flattened. Couldn't you be a little gentler? This crazy operation ended with Yao Ji spitting blood herself. Thankfully, the Vajra from Thousand Peak Mountain protected her. I was ruthlessly pinned down, followed by a brutal beating. My head was slammed into the concrete. Then another left hook sent me flying meters into the air. This technique can be upgraded. Good, good. Have you had enough? Give me a blast. There was a loud bang. The explosion dissipated with smoke. Download complete. Converted to MP4 mode. I looked at the images inside. I spat out a mouthful of blood. The first level of Chi training has succeeded. The system has connected to the opponent's Stone Sea. Starting data download. The kiln suddenly realized something was wrong. The soul-searching technique was actually reversed. His true essence is constantly being absorbed by me. Yao Ji wants to understand my origins. She's going to use a soul-searching technique to extract my deepest memories. What's going on? The system is starting to spam. A true essence attack has been detected. Yao Ji wants to give me a little something sweet. She wants me to open the new house and see. She wants me to see my true origins. Yao Ji asked me to pull out my gun so she could see it. This thing hurts like hell when it hits you. The divine power can directly imprint the technique into my mind. Now the system prompts that I've gained a new skill. The system can also receive skills passed on by others. This technique is amazing. My strength and power have doubled. You are so beautiful. So quickly raise your hand if you want to learn. Alright, I'll pass the technique on to you now. Is this the Thunder Heart technique? My whole body is filled with powerful energy. Yao Ji saw my arrogance and decided to teach me a technique called 1,000 Layers of Edge. I heard it could enhance my defense and would be useful for my skill. The bullet shot out. I closed my eyes tightly in fear, but Yao Ji just squeezed it lightly. He caught the bullet. I was so scared that I shouted, "Are you the evil god of fire clouds?" It was pasted over. I feel a little excited. It's very exciting. But it's the kind of excitement you feel before you die. With a bang. This thing is not good. Be careful with people. You didn't say that about this thing back then. You must have hidden a lot of treasures. Yao Ji suddenly walked behind me. Seeing her interest, I quickly tried to flatter her. If everyone in our sect had one of these, our strength would be greatly enhanced. Fairy sister, immortal sister, what do you think of my gun? Without it, I would have died today. Yao Ji took it in her hands, and discovered that this object was crafted with such exquisite skill, asking me to come up with a reason. With Elder Shi Hong's rage, I knew he wouldn't kill me, so I started to search in my pants. Yao Ji looked at my actions with curiosity. Immortal sister, I interrupted your cultivation. I heard you killed Elder Hong's daughter right after you arrived. He killed me first. I couldn't just wait to die. Yao Ji stretched her body. I was shocked speechless. Could he have died like that? Turns out you could summon him again after an hour. Suddenly, I was pulled by a powerful force. Excuse me, and he keeps rubbing against it. Because of shared vision, I'm about to die from blood loss. Yaoji lifted Ao Wen Miao up, and with a wave of her hand, he vanished. My goodness, this is too beautiful. My companion beast and I both had a nosebleed at the same time. Who would have thought he would just charge over? He came in for a close-up inspection. My goodness, who is this? They're too beautiful. I saw someone in the pool. I walked closer to take a look. My muscles are obviously much stronger. Then two girls started to dress me. After getting dressed, I planned to meet their elders. I walked into a small room. The result of the wrapping was amazing. It deserves 100 points. 10 points in the afternoon. I was sent to the bathhouse. I recovered twice. I fumbled in my pants for a while. Those two saw it all. It was actually bandages. Don't worry. I went through a crazy process. My senior sister recognized it as the sect leader's protective golden bell. Red Moon knew she was no match, and could only leave in anger. Long Jiang had his men take me to see the leader. Looking at these slaves who were tied up, Red Moon watched her sacred beast being killed, becoming even angrier. She charged straight at me. From the pavilion, a golden light shot out. A golden bell-shaped dome covered me. Its eyeballs were blown away. The system began scanning and collecting research biological specimens. Target contribution +1. Instantly, all my injuries were healed. My You're Too Beautiful level increased by 1. I saw my sliding tackle, but this white fox bit my hand fiercely, although it ruined one of my fingers. My grenade had already reached its designated position. With a bang, my spiritual energy was depleted. Only one grenade left. I started to taunt the stupid white tiger. Do you believe I can send you to the west with a slide tackle? The white tiger was indeed enraged. Xiangjiang originally wanted to save me but was mercilessly intercepted by Manhwa. It was my powerful grenade explosion that trapped the white tiger, but I was still hit. I watched the godly fight with my mouth agape. With a whoosh, the white tiger suddenly attacked from the side. Xiangjiang saw I was in danger, but unfortunately, I was still hit by this clumsy fellow. So many girls are coming for me. I'm so lucky. Elder Red Moon charges forward. Their endless clash echoes through the heavens. The deafening roar of the explosion filled my ears. Xiangjiang, dare you block me? The sect leader has an order. You cannot kill this person. As long as I'm here, you can't touch this person. What the hell is this? It looks so scary. This girl only listened to the sect leader's words. Just as I was about to die, she blocked the fatal blow for me. I pulled out my gun again. Let's see how you dodge this time. Goodbye. What the hell is this? How can this guy still have the Wu Lu Jinshan? Oh my god, can I tolerate it? I have to pull out a flashbang first. Let's see if you can handle it. The dazzling white light blinded Red Moon's titanium alloy dog eyes, taking advantage of his inattention. Running fast. Die. I fired 3 shots in a row. Unexpectedly, all the bullets were blocked, and he mocked me. Show me what you've got. I took a painkiller. Speed increased by 50%. Endurance plus 50%, stamina. Shooting fully restored by 20. I pulled out my revolver again. Before I could even think, the second wave of attacks came. With a boom, accompanied by the explosion of the flames colliding, a plume of white smoke gradually engulfed the entire field. My goodness, what kind of move is that? This sharp sword pierced my chest. Thank goodness for my level 3 armor. I looked at my remaining health. Suddenly, the system prompt detected a true essence system attack. I also got 0.01 points. I killed you. What can you do? Red Leaf instantly went ballistic after hearing that. Immediately after, Red Moon Elder appeared above me, stepping on Lee's sword and looking down. Seeing her daughter lying on the ground, she shouted angrily, "Who killed my?" Such powerful energy. Everyone nearby was forced to retreat step by step. Even senior sister Bai felt an unprecedented pressure. If you can survive Elder Han's pursuit, I might consider letting you join the cranium. Shishuan slammed something down. A dark figure crashed through the high wall and charged in. It was a ferocious white tiger. He deserves to die. Senior sister Bai pointed her whip at me. Do you think the Hall of Honors is just for show? I said nonchalantly, there's no rule against defending yourself, is there? Sharp tongue. So death was all that awaited him. These two sisters wanted to take my life, but were silenced by senior sister Bai. An inner disciple of high standing. Couldn't even beat a man. 3 big girls are arguing over my fate. It's because this girl stepped on me, which helped me break through my bottleneck. I pulled out a Bond-style revolver to show my power in this world. That transvestite kept showing off next to me. The mechanism is beautiful. It's already reached level 2. It even unlocked various items. I turned around. Isn't this the girl from just now? How did she get here? And my stamina instantly recovered to full. Obtain skill. Mechanism of beauty, I like this name. Spiritual power increased by 100. It seems the system needs to collect the dead. It seems the system has a significant impact on their minds. My heart is so calm after killing someone. Suddenly, the system started scanning Han Luo's body, collecting biological samples. New biological energy contribution, 1%. The sect formation suddenly showed that a disciple of our sect was killed. They were killed in Inner Mongolia. Yao Ji only asked where it happened. These young women were terrified and panicked when they saw the dead red roar. They shouted and cried everywhere. The kill maiden broke through again. The elder red moon in the distance was gnashing her teeth in hatred. Suddenly, the jade pendant on my body broke. This means that my subordinate, Roar, is dead. So everyone was heartbroken. Unexpectedly, I pulled out a pistol. Han Luo didn't understand what was happening when she looked at the guy in front of her. The next second, she was lying on the ground with a thunderous boom. I wanted to crush this effeminate creature to death. Then I saw him grab my hair and raise his sword to strike. The reason? Because I have a pretty face. Everyone thought I was going to die. Today, I've been hasty. This system can only absorb a small amount of attacks to replenish energy. That pretty boy is quite skilled. Even the blazing phoenix couldn't kill him. Hearing pretty boy. With this system, I'm not afraid of you. Looking at the nearby fire phoenix, I'm not at all nervous. I only hear a loud bang, and the blast wave from the explosion hits the nearby slaves. Drew his sword and unleashed a flurry of attacks. As I dodged, the system notified me that I had gained 0.01 of the damage received. There was no trace. It seems the system can absorb magic attacks. The system gave me 3 girls right at the start. You see, there are all sorts of. And there's this one. I'd find you, a monster, attractive? The joke, Han Luo, was infuriated by my words. What kind of move is that? But at the same time as being attacked, my spiritual power increased by 0.01. What's going on? This she-male actually wants to get involved with me? Go to hell. I slapped her right across the face. That woman, looking like a dinosaur, dared to yell at me. My actions shocked everyone around. And I hate it when people call me a pretty boy. Red Luo, furious, is about to teach me a lesson. It's not a good idea to hang around with these men. I wouldn't, even if I died here, I wouldn't yield to you. Just a little pretty boy. You've gone too far. Han Luo was furious. I feel sick just looking at them, so I directly rejected them. I'm not interested in ugly women. Then Han Luo pinched my chin and told me, you have such delicate skin. Little brother, you're so handsome. Come to the Skull Hall for a trial. Why don't you stay with me for a few days and relax? Enjoy yourself. This neither man nor woman. To learn this technique, right? Watching many people walking out from the door in the distance. They were discussing each other's skulls. Suddenly, Sister Han Luo noticed, and walked directly towards me. If you're lucky, and reach the chi refining stage, you won't be eliminated. These slave people were all gathered from all over the world. I'm starting to feel a little dizzy. It can't be that you have to be castrated. This world is very displeasing to me. Right in front of us is Lu Ding Tang. Just hearing the name makes it sound a bit indescribable. I heard from the sister next to me that this is the only place where men can cultivate. But the Red Moon Elder's ferocious tiger pounced out and bit these disobedient slaves. The Red Moon Elder jested, remember, men are slaves here and have no right to speak. He seems to have a bit of a heavy taste. Does the tiger feel good? A slave lies on the ground being whipped crazily. His brother couldn't stand it and stepped forward to stop him. By some more bullets. It's simply blissful. Within the sect's residential area, everyone seems to be gossiping that I'm a sugar daddy. This guy is the Red Moon Elder. I was a kept man anyway, and then I came to a matriarchal world. Suddenly, the system told me I had successfully activated a new skill. Oh my god, can I use a pistol? Maybe there's a chance for us to continue our relationship. In this world where women hold the power, men can only look up to become their slaves. I cried looking at the system in front of me. They wanted to take me back to cultivate immortality. I didn't quite understand what was going on. Then I heard the elder sister beside me say my name was Yao Ji. Don't you dream of me every day? If you can get out of the top floor alive. A bunch of nonsense. Just when I thought I was going to die, Xiangjiang's sword was knocked away. It almost killed my husband. I only heard them say that I was a born spiritual body. Thankfully, I thought quickly. Pointing at the girl he was just riding, he said, I just often dream about this divine sister, so I traveled through time, just to see her. I looked at the shiny sword in front of my neck. If I get it wrong, it's over for me. His eyes were shifty. He was clearly up to no good. This woman even says I'm a man without a man, and that she wants to deal with me. How come these women are all so fierce? Tell me who you really are. You only have one chance. I haven't even reached the shore, and I'm being pointed at by swords by 3 big strong women. Who are these people? They are such beautiful women. These guys actually think I'm a spy. Could you move a little? As expected, I was sent flying again. What did I do to deserve this? I'll swim to the shore first and then scold them. Now I could only crawl forward. My legs had no strength left. Suddenly a high heel appeared in front of me. I looked up and found another sister blocking my way. Excuse me. I watched my 2 elder sisters disappear into the distance. I decided to use the 36 stratagems and make a run for it. As soon as I took a step, the system issued a warning, telling me my health was critically low. It turned out that during my feint, I had been stepped on so severely that I was left with only a sliver of energy. I'm so excited. Let's just do it then. But I was knocked out with a punch. In my days, I heard the sound of footsteps and the threat of silencing. Happiness can't come so suddenly, can it? I'm just smiling foolishly. Excuse me, sister, where are we? She made a quiet gesture. It's so exciting, but they won't let us talk? I was terrified. What the hell is going on? Where did those people go? I looked around, trying to understand. And who is this woman in front of me? The 4 of them decided to take turns having a 2-day weekend with me. They even arranged all sorts of tonics. This is going to kill me. I just woke up and found a woman sitting on top of me. Then, I opened the door to the world. Because of the chaos in spacetime, I came back a year later than them. Then, these people started working at Lin Yun's company to save the world of cultivation. I owed the hospital 200,000 yuan. Suddenly, a few people got out of the car. I was still observing carefully. It turned out that my sister's previous battle had allowed Zhixian to break the seal. Ling Yun took the opportunity to slip into the doppelganger. I had been drugged earlier. My body had already exploded. But these doctors were amazed to find that thing was completely unharmed. I left the hospital feeling completely lost. I slept for a whole month. The octopus firmly restrained Zhixian. Although I had been pierced through the chest, the next second I called out to Red Bull, using Zhixian's clone to block his attack. Suddenly, I woke up and found that I had traveled back in time. The weapons around Zhixian all surpass Xianqi. They can't cause any damage. Then he gave me an important tip. As soon as he finished speaking, his body was cut in half. I shouted loudly, calling for Lingyue to transform the tank. The alluring spirits, Yaoji and Lingyun, were equally stunned at the sight of my massive shell. Even though I pierced through Zhixian's body, this guy can actually repair himself. I shouted, "You're shameless." Lingyun told me. Reporting, sir. It's ready. Fire. Golden arrow squid. A fierce beast charges forth. Even if you're a great immortal, you can't withstand this 8 Mach armor-piercing projectile. Then I said, why don't you become my disciple? I'll teach you some modern values. He was so angry that his pants were about to burst. I howl, woof. Where's the damn Italian cannon? Is there such a good thing? Of course, it's not that cheap. The condition is to kill these women who are in the way. Otherwise, you die with them. I agree, but I need more money. Fortunately, I used the antelope staff to transform into a giant golden bullet and blocked the attack. Zhixian was extremely excited about my performance just now. Kid, become my disciple. I'm giving you a chance to live. Did I hear that correctly? I'm sorry about what happened last time. Can we just follow the script of the competition? Forget about those unpleasant things. This guy is not playing by the rules. He directly attacked us without following the script. I told him. I accidentally killed one of Zhixian's clones. Ling Yun, who is also a transmigrator, is already furious. Why didn't you tell me sooner? Look, bro. The heavenly goddess collapsed into my arms. I yelled, who did this? Suddenly looking up, I found it was that philosophical, ethereal being again. I don't understand why he's so hostile. But the next second he was pinned down and rubbed by the Minotaur. To salvage the situation, I once again pulled out my Gatling gun. This crazy new time traveler, a sister or a brother, wants to spend their weekend with me. An hour ago. And saved Chi-Chi's mother. Then I conjured a bunch of healing orbs. I know Tanging Shui is in pain, but I love how he looks right now. After receiving treatment, he actually broke through the reason. Countless bullets shot directly through, instantly turning him into a pool of flesh. I looked at the flesh in front of me. Remember to watch my basketball game next time. I rushed to the battlefield, so I used my Kiri Taimei skill to exchange for a weapon. Wang Liang, this disgusting monster, seemed determined to kill me, but he forgot one thing. That my weapon is huge. You have to bear with it. Wang Liang launched an attack. Luckily, Ji Go and I dodged quickly. Just stay here and be our slaves. You can't escape. Chi-Chi's cries for help are becoming more and more frequent. I really can't describe it. Isn't it just a fight? Is it necessary to be so disgusting? That's too much. He hadn't finished speaking yet. I won't let you off without smashing your head. Wang Liang, enraged, unleashed his ultimate move. Huang Quan Jiu Yu. The silent pain. I looked at what was in front of me. I'll make him visible soon. Wang Liang had quietly snuck up behind me, and was about to attack me, when I threw a flare. he immediately used the 1000-fold peek. Want me to show you a basketball trick? Check out my skills. Chicken brother told me. That guy was invisible. It's okay. He's so unskilled. Watch me go da-da-da. Damn. You can actually use magic items? I have plenty of magic items I can use. Then, the opponent used a move called Breaking the Law Realm. My club actually bent. As long as you're within the monster's divine realm, even the most powerful magic items will be useless. But luckily, I have my manager. Ji-gu and I were fighting this shadow, which looked like a very large monster. Suddenly, I heard Chi-Chi's cry for help. I quickly summoned my club. But I didn't expect the opponent to also have something. I was completely outmatched. I had to put myself in harm's way. The anger just sat on top of me. My antelope club went limp. I said, "Can you please move to a different location?" Just now, I suddenly felt sick. On the other side, the Minotaur had already led his demon beasts to the capital. Everywhere I went, there were cries of grief. As the head of the capital, I couldn't just stand by. For the sake of the people, I picked up my RK-47 and started shooting. You love saving people so much. Here are some zombies for you to try. What are these things, chicken? Looking at the monsters in front of me, those two are disciples of the Immortal Cultivation sect. Kill him. Before you kill them, I'll deal with you first. You two are useless. I saw the monsters killing people at random. Could the ergot I met in the forest be the bone demon? Suddenly, a large hole was blasted out of the top of the cave. Damn it, you're letting these guys out. Autumn Mountain City is going to be in trouble. Lord Wangliang. I just happened to pass by here. Bull Demon asks for the whereabouts of the Bone Demon. He is setting traps for the master. These two subordinates are of no use. My lord, I am shocked. Terrified, Chicken and I ran away. You two little rascals, you've been spying here for ages. Are you trying to sabotage our plans? The adults, they are just helpers invited by the lord. Don't talk nonsense. These two good-for-nothings truly wasted the master's efforts. Suddenly, behind Chicken and me, a seductive voice rang out. Master Nyo Gue. I haven't forgotten you. The blood offerings you provided are pathetic. Where are Wang Liang and Quang Gu? Lord Wang Liang assassinated the city lord. He's unreachable now. Lord Quang Gu has also vanished without a trace. A gigantic hand slowly pushes the coffin open. Brother Chicken, what is this again? Judging by the aura, it must be a big shot from the Imperial Power Scheme. Congratulations, Master, for appearing in the mortal realm. I am the Ghost King under your command. Only to hear the hour had come. These subordinates each slit their own throats. I was so scared, I trembled all over. The magic circle is complete. The coffin is opened. We carefully entered the tunnel. Seeing the town mayor, I asked G what they were doing. This is the blood array, used to summon. Looking at the tall minotaur in front of her, no matter how burdened I am, I must defeat them. Just now, G and I entered the barrier. Let him investigate first. He just ran into the barrier. Oh, Meow turned to ashes. Looks like I have to go myself. The young woman has already put on her clothes. The aura of the ghost cultivators seems to be coming from beneath the ground. Chi-Chi quickly added, previously, the general's mansion was a demon-suppressing tower. After careful consideration, I believe, someone's definitely messing around here. I'll call out Oh Meow. How unjust. Just then, Chicken Brother suddenly flew back. Chicken Brother, what's the situation outside now? Chicken Brother calmly said, it won't be long. This place will face a great calamity. Mu Wuying also said, this place feels strange. If you keep this up, I won't be responsible for you. Mo Wuying asked me what you did that I'd be responsible for. I completely broke down. You didn't do anything. Seeing us like this, I hurriedly called out to Chi-Chi. It's not what you think. I've seen through you. I knew the pretty boy wasn't honest. Do you think your scent is special? You really won't let me study you? Can you please just leave? Suddenly, Chi-Chi barged in. It's sticky and smells strange. Then Mu Wuying also entered my bath. He seemed to be enjoying himself. He smiled at me. Hey, what are you doing? Gulp, gulp, gulp. I drank the beverage in huge gulps, feeling so good. Mo Wuying was startled again. My chrysanthemum tightened and tightened. A mouthful of drink sprayed onto his face. What kind of potion is this? I feel my immortal power surging out. This immortal power is truly greater than the one from that broken sword. It seems I can only go so far. Suddenly, a system message popped up. Acquired additional skill, spiritual cultivation technique. That night, I bathed comfortably alone. The method used to remove the fairy sister's powers last time definitely won't work. Looking at the woman in front of me, even I felt a little embarrassed. Suddenly, he asked me, young hero, what is this? Everything is clear. Although I'm a bit excited, but the wounds on her body look similar to the fairy sisters. The person who attempted to assassinate you probably used a weapon with residual energy from a past attack. Young master, do you have any solutions? just as they were about to be collectively rooted by the pigs. I heard, day. The younger sister was also amazed by my actions. The woman in front of her was Chi-Chi's mother. Before I could react, Brother G, go check it out. Senior sister, are you okay? The two younger sisters were surrounded by this pack of lion beasts. Chicken brother and I were standing in the tree, watching clearly. This is what they call a fine cabbage being rooted by pigs. This place looks so creepy. What? Brother G, these monsters are so disgusting. I suddenly heard someone nearby. Not far from here. Is senior sister already here? This is the edge of the dark forest. The sect master has ordered me to only accompany you this far. Brother G made a deal with this king. Let me protect you. Ah, come on, chicken brother. You're so cute when you say one thing but mean another. Night came quickly. Hey, chicken brother. You came. You must be missing me. Don't flatter yourself. You're beloved. I set out by boat early in the morning. I've been following you around these past few days. I still feel a bit out of place now that I'm going out on my own. Luckily before I left, my elder sister gave me the storage ring. I'm known as the veteran driver of Mount Akina. Remember, you're not allowed to call me immortal sister anymore. You can call me sister when we're alone. You know what I mean? I scratch my head and giggle. Okay, big sister. The reason why you are sent there is because clues of ancient immortal relics have been found near the competition venue. The competition is secondary. You must monitor the activities of the disciples of Li Hutang. Don't worry, fairy sister. What is a shrimp catching festival? The so-called shrimp catching festival. It was a tradition when the human race first explored Beijing. Now the human race no longer relies on this resource, but it was preserved by the major sects. They dared to bully me. I'll take them down. Sister Immortal, tell me, now is not the time for conflict. The triennial shrimp catching festival is about to start. Master, are you really just going to let that servant go so easily? The ore vein is the important thing now. Sister Immortal, what are you thinking about? I'm thinking that Firebomb definitely won't give up. Don't worry, Sister Immortal. These heavenly treasures are all my merit. He should have taken me as his disciple. The key is that he also discovered the ore vein. As soon as I heard about the ore vein, I stopped talking. Seeing so many cultivation resources, the bomb, was completely covered in it. The sect members understood. These ores were worth a year's worth of cultivation resources. Yao Ji told everyone. I'm sorry, I'm not interested in being possessed. I hate it when people call me a pretty boy. The bomb in front of me was deflated by my words. Unusually angry, Yao Ji distributed the ore from the secret realm to everyone. Your cultivation may be insignificant, but you have a natural spiritual body, which is perfect for possession. I chuckled. Why do you always try to possess me? Suddenly, Mo Wuying disappeared. Hey, it's so unethical to leave now. Thankfully, my system is immune to these spells. With my machine gun firing a barrage, the next second he became trapped. What do you mean you used them all? Damn it, what do we do? The ugly guy started to rampage. Then he set up traps. He's trying to trap us. This isn't that Urgot? This big guy should be worth some contributions. Seventh brother, fire off a liquid fire bullet. None left. Only 3 magic bullets. You used them all. Just then, a rumbling sound came from the forest. Mu Woying told everyone that there was no need to go on. The beast came over by itself. Chi-Chi pointed at me and said, he's a pretty boy. He's not like us, true disciples. Who's a pretty boy? How am I not serious? You'll give me a heart attack. Are you going to pay for it? Mo Wuying said to let you know. We found the source of the corpse beasts. I'm saying I have other things to do. Moral support will do. I heard that there are corpse beasts here. I'm here to investigate. I don't think magic cultivators are the ones who created the corpse beasts. Hey, have you guys decided yet? I said, can you stop appearing out of nowhere? Magic cultivators also have their own sects. I'm not interested in those monsters. Chi-Chi didn't believe Mo Wuying's words at all. I asked little sister Chi-Chi, what are you doing here? This guy actually told me. This demonic cultivator has at least the strength of a Yuan-in 5th realm cultivator. His demonic shadow puppet even appeared. This guy is even stronger than your lover. Mo Wuying told Chi-Chi. Unfortunately, it's like hitting a rock with an egg. I held my spear and shouted, let her go. Ji Gu was just given a glance. He was so scared that he pooped himself. I asked him what was wrong. Don't worry, I'm not interested in girls who haven't developed yet. Hearing her say she's underdeveloped, Chi-Chi's greatsword is already thirsty. She wants to avenge her master. Mo Wuying doesn't even take Chi-Chi seriously. Or else give me your vermilion bird. Let me study it. Chi-Chi held the sword, trembling. You're a demon cultivator. Hello everyone, my name is Mo Wuying. This is so cool. Even a ghost cultivator can attract you? You're very special, can you lend me your body? Hey, Don't suddenly jump out and scare me, okay? You want to scare me to death? Who wanted to take credit again? As soon as they came out, they were beaten up. If it wasn't for me, could you all stand here and brag? Oh my goodness. You bunch of trash dare to doubt me? Don't forget who repelled the demon race, and who was a coward for 3 days. They were blocked and scolded. They didn't even dare to go out. I don't choose him. Do you choose me? Everyone around was shocked after hearing that. The fire elder still refused to accept it. Who knows how he cultivated? I burst into laughter. The fire elder turned the conversation back to Yao Ji. You spend all day obsessed with your furnace. In a crisis, you disappear without a trace. Yao Ji, now furious, smashed the table with a palm strike. Chu Ran reached the second level of chi cultivation in just a few days. Fire Elder was furious and shouted, "You're betraying your master." I told Fire Elder in front of me, "Did you eat something bad? You dare to oppose anything? I see you as nothing but a waste. When can men also become disciples?" I chuckled. Everything has a first time, right? Yao Ji told Fire Elder that he had already accepted me as his last disciple. Who says I am the skull? Esteemed elders, senior brothers and sisters. My handsome face has made the ladies around me go wild. This door is getting harder and harder to open. I was away for a few days, but it is a big deal for the sect. You hide the skull now. Say anything. I'll open the door. Humans and demons are sworn enemies. It is our duty to sweep away the demons. The Taoist sect is in danger, yet the sect leader has been missing for days. The other elders are starting to whisper. Why haven't you returned for so many days? Is there something you need to explain? I have led many raids into the demon territory. Shouldn't there be an explanation? The pursuers are not allowed to go deep. Beware of ambush. Just as he finished speaking, the fire elder charged in with a bomb. I have a question. I'd like to ask Nagato. Only chasing them after they've run? You're just a coward. Inside the palace, a subordinate reported to the sect leader. The main force of the demon race has retreated to 100 miles away. Issue the order. On the other side, Fire Elder managed to say, "Don't let them go. Kill the demons without mercy." I picked my nose. With utter disdain. It completely broke through his defenses. Looking at his miserable state, I exclaimed excitedly, "Are you done now?" Bai Sujin, knowing he was no match for me, ordered his men to retreat. I called her little one with every word. Bai Sujin looked at my thick stick, as if reminiscing about something. I asked her if she wanted to continue. His name is Bai Sujin, and I've pierced him with this thick pole. Bai Sujin could only ask what weapon it was. With a single blow, Bai Sujin was knocked unconscious. My maneuver unexpectedly gained me the admiration of the onlookers. Next, it was my turn to show off. Bai Sujin opened her maw and launched an attack on me. Such paltry skills, daring to show off in front of a master. I pulled my antelope staff from my pants. Is your staff as big as mine? The antelope staff grew exponentially in size. Pretty boy, get out of my way. You're in the way, or I'll kill you too. Little snake demon. It seems I need to teach you a lesson. You're asking for it. Bai Sujin's face contorted with rage. Do you think a mere DJ Vermilion Bird can stop me? Where? It was just Chicken saying his pressure would work. Looks like it doesn't. I found that he had escaped. I didn't expect this guy to be so dishonorable. He was attacking from above. Thankfully, Chicken Brother was agile and dodged the attack. The watching Bailu will feel such a strong. The wire doesn't look like Fire Elder's divine beast. The sky was already filled with a head-on attack, with a loud explosion and the smoke dissipating. Not exactly a beauty trick, but we can add some excitement. Jiga, show off your wirework shock. After the shock, these little demons will fall like a meteor shower. See how I, Fa subdue your true form. Oh, are there no women in the Yao Mountain sect? Why let a man step up? And you even dressed so scantily. Are you trying to use a beauty trick? I'm riding Chicken Brother and flying up into the air. Hello, little sister. Bai Sujin was startled. How could it be you? You, a mere little snake demon, dare to be so audacious. Kill them all. Leave no one alive. As he finished speaking, a flame shot up from the ground. The roasted snake should be quite delicious. Bai Sujin was shocked. How could the soul-burning flame be here? Then Bai Sujin unleashed a laser beam. In a flash, the Shoshan Grand Formation was shattered. All the disciples were in a panic. The little ones are invading the Yao Mountain Gate. The elder was startled. Then he was slapped and sent flying. 1,000 years ago, the Yao Mountain sect was so glorious. Now, it's just a bunch of trash. It has no reason to exist anymore. It's about who's fiercer. But Bai Sujin plays dirty. She changes her form to be enormous. Then shouts, "You're just flaunting yourself in front of me." It's really annoying. After a few attacks, it worked. Bai Sujin is no pushover. She turns into a giant python, facing heaven and earth. When women fight, damn it, this demon is able to withstand my phoenix fire. He's completely unscathed. You monitor the other demons. I'll deal with him. The fire elder leaped up. Bai Suzhen burst out laughing. So there's no one left at Manhua? They're just sending out these weaklings? What a joke. She flicked her tail lightly. He defeated all of them. Are they afraid of being overshadowed? The immortal sister has gone to operate the mountain protecting formation. Let me act accordingly. The fire elder, holding his bomb, launched a fire phoenix scorches the earth attack. Their setup is truly huge. I should say gigantic. I wouldn't be bothered by it. It's not too early, nor too late. Why now of all times? I've handed over the slaying heaven sword to the young lady. Next, it's time for me and Brother G to showcase our skills. Suddenly, 2 streaks of black light, one blue and one red, appeared in the sky. The girl pointed to the sky. It's Elder Fire. Master, you're back. What's the situation now? Reporting to Master, the demon race has launched a full-scale attack. The Elder Council has sent out many warriors, but all have retreated in defeat. And then the fairy sister absorbed it all. She even requested me to take her out and play. On the other side, the snake spirit has begun to attack in full force. The 4 of us went through the barrier. Greetings to the headmaster. As long as I can recover, the whole tribe can take them. I'm rich. I'm rich. These can all be exchanged. I was just happy for a moment, though the fireworks have died down. We can only take him outside to find a solution. The Crimson Blood War Maiden summoned her subordinates and sent over many crystal ores. These are insignificant compared to the crab. I bent down and told the dancer, you don't have to serve us or anything. Next time we come, I hope we won't have to fight. I'll wrap his body with bandages first. It's up to you to decide. Anyway, the child really likes you. You can do whatever you want with them in the future. I lost my mother and daughter. What kind of nonsense is this? The blood dragon dancer was taken aback for a moment. Then she said that if you're willing to save my daughter, I'm willing to swear on behalf of the entire clan. We'll serve you for generations to come. The heavenly immortal looked at me. If we can subdue the dragon blood tribe, there will be great benefits. I have no reason to save him. We and your dragon clan have killed countless lives. It's not something that can be forgiven by a couple of good deeds. Even if Watua were alive, there's nothing he could do. We can't save him here. Please take him to the outside world. I'll tell the fairy sister in secret. There are abundant resources here. The dragon blood dancer looked at her injured daughter, tears in her eyes, and begged me to save her child. Yao Ji told her, your daughter has been burning with the night fire for too long. Chicken brother, what are you doing? How could you try to steal something when I wasn't looking? The demon race has begun to attack the mountain gate. The fairy sister told me to prepare for a tough battle. It's imminent. What are you eating? Your Majesty risked your life to save you. You won't even give me a yam? You're too heartless. If I wasn't paying attention. She seemed thoughtful. Then she opened her mouth and ate it. Instantly, she was back to full health. Benji rushed to grab a bite. I grabbed her neck. Let's exchange for some medicine for the goddess first. Yao Ji and Benji watched me alone, gesturing in the air. They thought I was crazy and had been beaten silly. Immortal sister, try this. Yao Ji looked at the cake in front of her. Ah, die. As the gunshot rang out, the person fell to the ground. System prompt, killing a super clone increases the main quest progress by 2% in grants. Shop system, my spirit points can now be directly exchanged for goods. Commencing charge. I aimed for your bronze mirror artifact. It's not you who can balance spiritual pressure, but it's your bronze mirror. My target was him from the start. Though the antelope rod pierced my chest, I successfully struck his abdomen. You snuck around for so long, and that's all you've got? System detected an increase in spiritual pressure. It almost broke my leg. I took all my anger out on Zhixian. Holding the gun, I ran toward him. I'm gonna blow your head off. Zhixian grabbed the barrel of my gun with his hand. Bad, I'm caught by the antelope stick. The system can't help me be immune to flames anymore. I screamed for GGE to help me out of this situation, but the bullet missed its target. A gunshot hit his head with a bang. I didn't expect my attack to be blocked again. Damn it! The antelope stick can turn into a rope? You're playing with fire, and you're going to pay the price. But he didn't realize that behind him was Tu Tian, also holding a staff. However, the attack had no effect. This little brat is such a nuisance. Looks like I'll have to put my plan into action earlier than expected. I aimed for his head. Get up and work. Don't play dead on me. Let go of the fairy sister, or I'll beat you to a pulp. Josian called out for his antelope staff. A gentle push with a finger made her shake. The expression of pain spread through every cell of my body. I looked at the chicken pretending to be dead. It wanted to be lazy, but it wasn't that easy. It's my job. I pulled out my sniper rifle once again. If this shot doesn't hit, we're all done for. The fairy sister was pierced through the chest. She was also being rubbed against the ground by the other person. Right at this critical moment, The system suddenly sent out a warning. The spirit pressure has returned to normal. Charging stopped. This guy balanced the spirit pressure here with a barrier. The clumsy chicken and the divine sister attack from both sides. This guy is truly the reincarnation of Sun Wukong. He can't be killed. Every time he's beaten, the clumsy chicken is the worst off. He has no idea the danger is upon him. Good thing I hit this trash. Otherwise I'd become a woman. Yo-ho, I hit him. Strike while the iron is hot. I'm aiming. If I don't blow your head off, I'm not a man. The bullets I use, blessed by the divine sister, are simply powerful. This guy is still bullying the little ones. This guy actually killed all the Dragon Blood clan. Told me. He wants to use Dragon Blood magic to open your portal. I grabbed my sniper rifle. Get ready for a fatal shot. It's an RW. If we had golden dragon bullets, wouldn't that be amazing? Just then, flew over yelling, "You two are still chatting? Something's happened." I looked at the distant broken lines. Ugh, I'm just a tool. They're fine now, and they don't even recognize me. A plane appeared in the sky. I know this must be a system airdrop reward. Oh my god. You're just draining me again. My health bar is empty, but you're just enjoying yourself. Get up. Don't play dead with me. First, the chicken is stunned with electricity. Using my spiritual power, I can create a protective barrier, but I need your help to break it. I have a way to break it. What kind of spirit cultivation method is this? Skills have been restored and cooldowns reset. I used a first aid bandage to treat the fairy sister's injuries, but the next second, Lin Chong swallowed the cells again. Now we're in big trouble. Your large elixir cannot be controlled even by divine powers, but right now, I'm short of 0 points. I looked back at the stupid chicken. While she's not paying attention, I'll use the frying pan to launch a sneak attack. Through the system scan, I've successfully recovered my health status. It's worse than death. I'm being trampled on by others in my madness. I'd rather be a slave. Even after recovering from my injuries, I still have to worry about the immortal sister. I watched the tissue in my chest that was destroyed by the spiritual energy, unable to heal. I recovered my strength in the silly chicken's big pot, but a big character appeared on the immortal sister's chest. In this world where women rule, other men are just slaves, but I'm living like a dog. When suddenly, the fairy sister stood in front of me. That's how pathetic I ended up. The silly chicken discovered that Zhixian was pretending to be him as Ji Ling. Looking at the current situation, I should save those two little trash. These two bastards, in the end, still have to rely on your majesty. The fairy sister was about to take me out, but the natives came to cause trouble at this time. I watched Zhixian charge up from the ground. I realized he was completely unaffected by the spiritual pressure. I was just about to use the frying pan to block the attack. Your king is going to play with his ball. This guy actually used his antelope stick to change into wings and block the attack. Both of you are going to die today. There are no antelopes here. He's no match for him. Thank goodness for the shield. Otherwise, we'd be toast. The dumb chicken saw our energy wave, and it must have blinded his dog eyes. You guys fight first. Hand over the medicine's formula. Lai Yaoji grabbed my arm. He intended to fuse with me and fight together. As he aimed, energy continuously surged into my body. The stupid chicken's rear end was already smoking. You guys fire first. This king will take a step ahead. We dodged Zhixian's attack. This stupid chicken wasn't so lucky. If you want to live. Otherwise, we wouldn't have survived. The fool threw the 3 bullets she had made. Only 3 pills, each shot must hit the target. The demoness and I are back to back, preparing for a final showdown with this guy. You will die here today. The Zhixian Dan has a long reach. My god. It's so big. It's a good thing I and the immortal sister dodged quickly. You're dead, but we won't be. I was holding my AK-47, ready to teach her a lesson with the immortal sister. I saw the kiln spirit surrounded by electric light. She slowly ascended. Even if you all have Yuan in cultivation. Then he took out a first aid kit. This stupid chicken is still attracting fire. I wanted to deal a heavy blow to the enemy, but almost got my brains blown out instead. He saw me healed and yelled, "Why aren't you dead yet? Her body will involuntarily change. But I won't be that lucky." This so-called Sun Wukong pierced my body with his move. Immortal sister. I feel like I can still be saved. You're so weak, yet you dare to dream of taking my antelope ranking? I'll throw a few grenades. Create some chaos first, then I'll grab the goddess and run. The goddess will eat my Herculean pill. He knocked me flying. The fairy sister saw me being bullied, and attacked as well. Sure enough, Yao Ji was also hit. Why did you steal my staff? Your staff. The man attacked me right after he finished speaking. I tried to block his attack with the frying pan, but unfortunately, he was too strong. The little chicken squawked, "It's him!" His clone actually stayed behind in the seal. The alluring woman couldn't believe it. How could a man have such a powerful aura? I asked the man in front of me who he was. So greedy. He deserves to be blown up. I was thrown back several meters by the shockwave. A handsome man holding an antelope staff appeared before everyone. The crackling sound made my whole body itch. Hurry up and let go of the treasure, it'll burn you. The antelope staff is recognized by the system. I have to get my hands on it. This idiot is still mocking me for being stupid. I looked at the quest in front of me. This is telling me to grind and level up. The quest demands it. Is raising a dog and living impossible? I gripped the antelope stick tightly. From today onward, you belong to this great king. Why are you rejecting me? This antelope staff, scan it with the system. Suddenly, it prompted me to unlock the main quest, World's Peak. Completing 100% will allow world hopping. As soon as my hand touched it, I was struck by the light emitted from the antelope staff. Sky-soaring divine weapons choose their own masters. How could mortals like you possibly control it? Good little darling, how did it break? Physics principle. This is called Rupert's drop. The tail is the weakness. The fairy sister looked at the antelope stick and unconsciously reached out to touch it. I suddenly got an idea. Then I pulled out a frying pan from my pants. He smacked the tail. The shield was broken. The stick also shrank. This stupid chicken was going to lead us to the treasure. And it ended up being tens of tons of antelope sticks, with a protective shield on the outside. My immortal sister and I were completely baffled. What's with this tail? Wait, I know there's a huge secret in this blessed land. You're so beautiful, chicken. But you've never seen such a long antelope, have you? Its light is so dazzling even the fairy goddess can't handle it. So it turns out that just now, didn't you want to take me as your spirit pet? You stinky chicken. Despicable and shameless. I don't believe you. The stupid chicken cried out as it was about to die. Yaoji told me that the blood of the vermilion bird is extremely precious. Just a single drop can make a fortune. So, should we just refine it? Don't refine me. Tell me or I'll roast you. My bloodline allows me to use true essence spells here. The dragon clan thinks I have a shocking. It took your earth-shattering power to defeat me. So the fairy sister is a fraud. Who exactly are you? Why are you not even afraid of my ultimate weapon? Excuse me. Your negative spells don't work on me. Take this, frying pan. He slipped away again. A newbie trying to act tough. He wants to fight us. He used his ultimate skill, micro-pressure impact, but I was unfazed. This is a storage bracelet. Don't you also have spatial equipment? I chuckled to myself. I thought to myself, that's a tool bag crotch, not the same as yours. How about we have chicken stewed with mushrooms? Then, the kiln chicken summoned a large alchemy furnace, preparing to refine this stupid chicken. Seeing such a large alchemy furnace, I exclaimed, Immortal sister, where did you pull that out from? You're actually craving this king's body. Little chicken, if you don't want to die, honestly tell me what species you are. This guy still won't be honest. Immortal sister. I think the 5 elements should be mutually restrictive, but you could use it to stew soup, or braise it. Make a beggar's chicken. It would definitely be delicious. Tonight, we eat chicken. Divine sister. Tonight, we'll just have roast chicken. Clay oven chicken, tell me. It should be a fire element ancient species. Why have I never seen it before? As the saying goes, grandma's pancake stall. One is not enough, you need 2. Should we try again, dumb chicken? Good luck. I pulled out a frying pan from my pants. Go to hell. Let you taste the power of my frying pan. It hurts so much. What kind of magical artifact is this? 1,000 gold underworld blade. Ao Womio suddenly appeared behind Benji, and detonated the bomb in his mouth. You despicable villain. You dare sneak attack me? The deafening explosion shakes the heavens. You little chicken. I'll face you. You dare underestimate me? You'll pay for this. Suddenly, that stupid chicken appeared above us. The spiritual pressure here is normal. How dare you fight me? Flame underworld King Kong Palm. The goddess strikes first. I asked the immortal sister what they were. Tai crystal ore. Can be used to refine celestial mechanism artifacts. Looking at such a large amount of these extraordinary crystals, I suddenly felt like I was going to be rich. I found the stupid chicken lying in the spiritual spring. The healing potion that the dragon blood girl used probably has something to do with this. That chick, the immortal sister, is hiding here. At this moment, the system suddenly prompted that the spiritual pressure had returned to normal. Looking at the colorful crystals in front of me, when we landed and inspected the area, we found that it had already run away. Find it quickly, Aowomio, and I'll reward you with some good things. Because of our shared vision, isn't this little chick a divine beast? How could it be so weak? This guy's power has regressed. Taking advantage of his ability to use true essence in this world, he has been scamming and swindling. The old rooster went on a rampage against the chicks. You wanted to eat me, didn't you? The female demon slowly rose into the sky. The stupid chicken, seeing the situation was bad, prepared to run away, but his butt was still hit. Immortal sister. The fairy sister descended in a brand new form. I realized she could also use It's true, Yaoji said, looking at the bandages on her body. She instantly understood that this thing could block the spiritual pressure here. Benji, frightened, could only poop right there. It actually worked. Then get ready to show your real skills. A blinding white light flashed. The sight before them stunned Benji and Aowomio. Everyone was speechless at the new image. Looks like Aowu is its nemesis. They're going at it, heatedly. I don't have the time to care. Let's hurry up and see if there's anything in my pants that can stop the fireworks. I'm going to wrap the binding around the fairy sister's arm. Meow. This guy turned into a corpse after eating the magic sword. Go eat all those dragon bones. Aowu ate with great relish. Stinky chicken is actually going to stop it. This fire clearly isn't any ordinary fire. Why are they all burning in the same place? I started scratching my head and pulling my beard at this point. I didn't know what to do. So I called out to Aowu. I'll run, you stupid idiot. That fire can't be put out. I was just about to fight the stupid chicken to the death. The weak immortal sister called out to me shyly. She ran. I turned back and realized the fire had covered her whole body. Flame Diamond Claw. Since I cultivated with the heavenly fairy, my speed has improved drastically. Quickly put out the fire on the immortal sister. Otherwise, I'll strangle you. Thousand Peaks, watch me punch you so hard that your kidneys explode. How dare you use your true energy here, you little rascal. You can use it, why can't I? Take another slap. You scoundrel, you dare injure this king. You despicable and shameless scoundrel. No martial ethics. Only fools would talk about martial ethics with you. I'll crush you, you clueless little chicken. Otherwise, I'll turn you into a hornet's nest. How dare you threaten me? Let you taste my power. That punch really hurt my face. And that kick landed on my handsome face. This stupid chicken is still leisurely thinking about roasting the immortal sister to a crisp. So I took out my AK-47 and went on a crazy barrage of da-da-da. The little chick was screaming and squawking as I beat it up. I pointed the gun at the stupid chicken. Quickly tell me how to put out the fire. This little chick used fireworks to try and grill us. I have a system protecting me. But the immortal sister wasn't so lucky. I desperately tried to extinguish it. Alas, I am powerless. But even as a mummy, she's still captivating. This aura, Yaoji completely nailed it. I looked at the scene before me. And suddenly felt a bit overwhelmed. Just now. Are you kidding me? The chicken couldn't believe his eyes. While we were just arguing, the goddess's body slowly began to. She was already beautiful enough. The system issues a warning. Detecting true essence attack. Charging 0.020 points. Is that all you've got, chicken? Your fire's cold. You dare to yell in front of me with such a small amount of power? Fairy sister, why don't we capture him and make him our pet? You bastards. You've angered this king. Soul burning flame. As these flames approach me, it's not as powerful as my stuff, is it? No way, such a huge commotion for just a little chick? You bastard, how dare you call me a chick? Hurry up and kneel down and apologize. I think you should kneel down to me right now. The fairy sister told me. It could be an ancient beast. It looks unusually terrifying. And it's actually very strong. I didn't expect it to be just a dumb chicken. Those bones won't stop bullets. I'll give you a taste of a grenade. Blow you all to hell. The furious dragon blood queen is about to summon her spirit to devour us. A giant shadow appeared in the sky. If you don't want to die, surrender now. Mother left behind that handsome man. I'm going to ride him like a big bird. Don't push it. Watch me blast you all to pieces. I will protect my divine sister with 1,000 peaks. Then we used a combo move. I defended, she attacked. But the sword energy couldn't get out. I realized there's something wrong with this bone. This person is none other than the dragon blood queen. It was this evil human who shattered my heavenly heart body. Fire arrows, you have quite the nerve to dare harm my daughter. My female companion, Ji-Nu, has also reached level 4. Suddenly, the ground began to shake violently. Countless giant dragon bones surged out from the ground. It formed an unbreakable dragon formation. I see the figure entering the scene from afar. With Tianqing's help, I tempered my body. I closed my eyes and focused. True Qi filled my entire body. After tempering my body, my attributes have almost doubled. Why didn't my intelligence increase at all? With a blinding flash of golden light, the energy bathed Yaoji's whole body. My body was covered in something like mud. Fairy sister, tell me, what is this stuff? Is it the impurities in my spiritual essence? Just watching, just listening. Yaoji told me to hold on. I screamed as loud as I could. Countless amounts of energy surged into my body. Next, I'm going to get the heavenly heart fruit with the fairy sister. Looking at the tree in front of me, I can't help but exclaim how big it is. My goodness. I'm actually being honest with the fairy sister. I don't understand what Devour does. Just then, Oran Meow opened its mouth and started chewing on the machete. That's too brutal. It ate it in just a few bites, now it's round and fat. Lying on the ground, unable to move. Maybe my physique is different from ordinary people. The system begins scanning organisms. Research contribution increased by 1%. Status recovery skill cooldown reset. The ghost tiger absorbed a higher organism and gained a new skill, devour. Tu Tian noticed something was off about me, so he could only flee on his own eagle. The kiln woman told me that I can use spiritual pressure here, unless I achieve immortality. Don't you know you shouldn't hit someone in the face? Why are you all so unsportsmanlike? Damn it, you can actually use true energy here. Of course. If you don't believe me, try it again. Not enough power. AK to make up for it, dead shoot you dead. Fu Tian is about to be overwhelmed. I used 1,000 peaks to block the sneak attack from their men. Presumptuous tricks dared to be displayed before a master. I didn't take him seriously at all. The spiritual pressure here is useless against me. Let's see how many blows your turtle shell can withstand. My divine power can't withstand many blows, but Lu Sun once said. Thankfully, I was quick on my feet, dodging the fatal blow. I threw a smoke bomb and prepared to escape. Tu Tian threw out his crazy dragon sword. He thought he was so powerful. A large cleaver and charged at me angrily, ready to kill. I fired a shot, but the bullet broke before it even left the barrel. This is too unrealistic. It seemed like I was about to die. Then, I don't know what he drank, but the gunshot wound on his body healed instantly. My jaw dropped in shock. Is this a wild Wolverine? Tu Tian was holding. You should go home and get treated right away. The enraged Tu Tian yelled, you look down upon us, the Dragon Blood Clan. He looked down upon us, the Dragon Blood Clan. I saw Tu Tian reach his hand directly into his wound, and without blinking an eye, he pulled out the bullet. Tu Tian didn't understand why he was paralyzed after being shot. His powerful body was broken. His defense was completely shattered. I was even more arrogant now. You're not even a cultivator. Just see if I'll allow it. I pulled an AK-47 out of my pants, and unleashed a hail of bullets at the little girl. Yao Ji suddenly understood. This little girl couldn't withstand the attack without a magic weapon. Yao Ji was already exhausted. She couldn't use her true energy here, but her heaven heart body was impervious to physical force. Then I suddenly appeared in front of Yao Ji. Want to touch my woman? Yao Ji told me to go first. He's going to hold them off. You want to leave now? Too late. With the blades clashing, I didn't expect a young girl to have such strength. He's blocking Yao Ji's attacks with just his body. You actually trained in the Divine Wood Celestial Star? This is our world. The so-called Celestial Star. Is the bait that lured you in? Tu Tian remained calm and collected. He didn't even bother to dodge. It's his turn to attack now. No way, this little girl is so strong. Yao Ji and Tu Tian are locked in a fierce battle. It's not like you. The old, tough guy, Yao Ji, heard someone call him old and instantly became furious. He didn't pretend anymore. He wasn't pretending. He just unleashed his ultimate attack. Why is everyone interested in me? Yao Ji was very impatient. Little girl, you haven't even grown up yet. You're already learning to snatch men? What's so great about being older? Yao Ji told me that she is the Dragon Blood Woman. Tu Tian plans to defeat Yao Ji, and then take her man away. I was shocked. They shot a sword over instantly. Yao Ji blocked the attack with her energy shield. This girl is called Tu Tian. You guys are so slow. I've been waiting for ages. A sword flew out from the forest. It was aimed straight at Ao Wumiao's behind. I looked at the eagle in the distance. It seemed like someone was standing on it. The person didn't say a word. Through shared vision, I formulated a detailed plan of action. Yao Ji feels that the journey has been too smooth. That's the Divine Wood Forest ahead. Just then, immortal sister, this guy can help us scout ahead. I threw Ao Wumiao up into the sky. Go and scout for me right now. Don't be lazy. There's a girl watching us from the high ground. That's the location of the divine tree in the distance. Do you underestimate me? Then I called out Ao Wumiao. This fellow completely ignored my existence. He jumped straight onto Yao Ji's body. I'm really sorry. Could happiness come so suddenly? The patrolling natives didn't seem to notice me, but the scent wafting in the air was already making me think wild thoughts. Yao Ji told me that I could leave first. Immortal sister, let me go first. He even pressed his soft body onto mine. I pulled out my gun and showed it to the fairy sister. Suddenly, I unlocked the princess's too beautiful skill. At that moment, Yao Ji covered my mouth. She told me to be quiet. I was so moved. It's a pity that these enemies were incompetent. They were all eliminated by the divine sister on the spot. Just as I was reading Yao Ji's memory, he pulled me over. They are indigenous people from the secret realm. They carry dragon blood. They are natural warriors. Here, only the enemy was hiding behind me. The divine sister spared no effort to protect me. The bear died on the spot. I stared at the creature in front of me. What the hell is this? They look so cool. I quickly asked the fairy goddess who they were. The fairy goddess told me. Could this be a place for infinite energy charging? Meanwhile, the big bear had quietly snuck up behind me. You can't use true energy within the secret realm. Therefore, the big bear was instantly riddled with holes. Suddenly, a sword shot out from the forest. The spiritual pressure and demonic energy here repel each other. I can't get in for a while. You have to enter here to get to the real secret realm. Enter the secret realm. The system is going crazy with notifications. I could cleanse my marrow and bones, and recast my flesh. This big bear is such a pain. It really scared me. The fairy sister told me. Our sect relies on the resources from the secret realm to sustain its foundation. I'm a little confused after taking the sword. There's a lot of new information in this episode. The secret realm produces a divine wood star every 100 years. If I could refine it into my body, it actually upgraded again. Immortal sister, where are we? This is the secret realm of my Yao Mountain sect. The burial ground for our past sect leaders. Where is this place? It's so grand. At this time, my system also began to scan the new world. Exploration and development. Reward, 1% chicken. You are too beautiful. It can't change its habit of eating shit. It's never ending. Yaoji quickly pulled me into the waterfall. Good thing I ran fast. Otherwise, I would have been cut in half. Yaoji is going to take me somewhere to hide. This place is so beautiful. I've never seen anything like it in my world. Yaoji pressed her hand against the stone wall. This big dog bear is really a dog. Yaoji suddenly woke up. I'm trying to detoxify you. Don't hit me. What's going on now? That big bear has been chasing me. Just now, the divine sister was poisoned. I'm about to die. I don't know if the adrenaline will kick in. As the medicine continued to flow, but I couldn't bear to leave the divine sister behind, so I carried her and ran. I looked at the bulge in front of me, not knowing where to start. Never mind, just go for it. Just as it happened, Yaoji was hit by the poison. I watched her, close to death, and the pursuers behind us. I was going to leave. She will go to the East Gate secret realm to get the treasure and deal with them. I said, can you slow down a bit? This is more thrilling than a roller coaster. In Hong saw we were trying to escape, and ordered the big snake to spew out a cloud of poison. Everyone is fighting each other. The giant serpent only needs one blow to destroy the celestial ship. Seeing the dire situation, Yao Ji ordered everyone to retreat. Many disciples leaped down. Greetings, sect master. You came just in time. We'll just wipe you all out. The giant serpent is flying. This thing can fly? The demon emperor sent me here, just to teach you a lesson. Countless black shadows and eyes gradually emerged from the forest. Soon, a space carrier appeared overhead. It opened fire on the ground wildly. Yao Ji shot the feather in her hand towards the sky. She's getting ready to summon someone. In Hongyi burst into laughter. So you're from the Yao Mountain sect. I've walked thousands of miles, just to find you. You humans only know how to ambush. I'm going to take your life. I saw In Hongyi take a drag of his cigarette. A powerful beam of light shot out of his mouth. The power of that move almost made me pee my pants. Or I won't hold back. Oh, you scared me. I'm even more interested in you now. Yao Ji can't take it anymore. She's the first to attack. A demon has no right to dictate here. Watching the two arguing, my mouth curved into a smile as wide as a chrysanthemum. When I pulled out my weapon. Stop it now. You're late. He's already mine. You can barely stand. You dare try to steal a man from me? This is the human realm. Hey, what are you doing? There's an ice pop on my face. I really like your scent, handsome. Can you be my man for 3 months? The roasted chicken nearby impatiently told the goddess. Why are you licking my face? The world is so exciting. This world is so exciting. Suddenly, a beautiful woman appeared beside me. Without a word, the big snake licked me. I didn't pay attention and a beautiful girl was standing on the snake's back. Excuse me, ma'am, we're just passing by. You were attracted to my handsome face. A giant rock snake appeared in front of us. Fairy sister, how can this snake be so big? It's huge, but that's not all. It's also incredibly agile. Immortal sister. What do you mean? I am a young man who follows the rules of martial arts. The rumble of sound. It seemed like something. Yao Ji still wanted to kill me at that moment. She tripped over a tree root and fell straight into my arms. Let go, don't pretend to be concerned. It's just my own carelessness. It's such a pity for you, kid. Yao Ji seems to be seriously injured. We have no choice but to fall together. The system is prompting me that my health is about to run out. Where is this place? Is this stone a relic? Fraud, die. Immortal sister. Where are you taking me? Are you taking me around the world? Hey, are you alright? Otherwise, she would have been riddled with holes. I looked around, and discovered the immortal sister was gone. Little did I know, she was right behind me. Her whole body emanated an aura as terrifying as lightning. My handsome face was flattened. Could you go a little easier? this crazy onslaught of attacks. It turned out that Yao Ji spat blood first. Thankfully, the protection of the Kiana Chong Fong King Kong was there. I was ruthlessly mounted. Then came a brutal beating. My head was slammed into the concrete. Then another left hook sent me flying meters into the air. This technique can be upgraded too. Not bad, not bad. Are you done sucking? Blow me up. Then I heard a loud bang. The explosion dissipated with the smoke. Download complete. Saved as MP4 format. I looked at the scene inside and spat out a mouthful of blood. I've succeeded in the first stage of chi cultivation. System connected to the opponent's corpse C. Starting data download. Kiln Master suddenly noticed something wrong. The soul-searching technique has been reversed. His true chi is being constantly absorbed by me. She wants to know my origin. She's going to extract my deepest memories. What's going on? The system is starting to spam. True chi attack detected. Yao Ji is giving me a little taste. Let me open the new room and see my true origin. Yao Ji asked me to pull out my gun and show it to her. This thing would be devastating if it hit someone. Yao Ji is going to use the soul-searching technique to extract me. It can directly imprint the skill onto my mind. The system just notified me that I acquired a new skill. The system can also receive skills transferred from others. This skill is amazing. My stamina and strength have doubled, so I immediately raised my hand to learn it. Alright, I'll teach you the technique now. Okay, I'll teach you the technique now. Is this the Lei Xin imprint method? My body is filled with powerful energy. Yao Ji saw that I was arrogant and proud, and was preparing to teach me a technique, called Thousand-Fold Edge. I heard that it could improve my defense, and would be very helpful for my skill tree. The bullet flew out. I closed my eyes tightly in fright, but Yao Ji just gave it a little twist, and the bullet was caught by him. I screamed in fear, "Are you the evil god of fire clouds?" She leaned in. This feeling. Why am I a little excited? I was really excited, but it was the kind of excitement that makes you want to die. With a bang. Fairy sister, this thing isn't good for arguing with people. Be careful, you didn't say that back then. You must have hidden quite a few treasures. Yao Ji suddenly walked behind me, and noticed how exquisitely crafted it was. Seeing her interest, I quickly flattered her. We, the gatekeepers. If everyone had one, your strength will also improve a lot. Yao Ji looked at my actions with curiosity. Immortal sister. How do you like this gun? Without it, I would be dead today. Yao Ji held it in her hand. Yao Ji stretched her body, while asking me to come up with a reason. Knowing Elder Shihong's anger, I knew he wouldn't kill me, so I started searching in my pants. Excuse me, immortal sister, I'm interrupting your practice. I heard you killed Elder Hong's daughter right after you arrived. He was the one who attacked me first. I couldn't just wait to die, could I? It disappeared in a flash. I was stunned. Could it be that I'm dead? Turns out, you can still summon again after an hour. Suddenly, I was pulled in by a strong gravitational force. He went for a close-up inspection. He kept rubbing against it. Because of our shared vision, I was about to bleed to death. Wang Yaoji directly lifted AO1 Miao up. I got closer to take a look. Oh my god. This is so beautiful. My companion beast and I both had a nosebleed. Who would have thought that this guy would actually rush over? I walked into a small room. Oh my god. Who is this? She's so beautiful. I saw someone in the pool. I recovered twice. My muscles are definitely much firmer. Then two girls started to dress me. After putting on clothes, I was planning to meet their leader. I went through a series of crazy maneuvers. The effect of this bandage is amazing. It must be 100 points. In the afternoon, I was taken to the bathhouse. Looking at these slaves tied up, I fumbled in my pants for a long time. The two men's eyes turned white. It was actually bandages. Don't worry, a golden bell covered me. My senior sister recognized it as the sect leader's protective golden bell. Manhwa knew she was no match. I could only leave in anger. Zhang told his men to take me to the leader. Level up. Manhwa watched as her sacred beast was killed, her anger growing even more. She charged at me directly. A beam of golden light shot out from the pavilion. His eyeballs were blown off. The system starts scanning and collecting research biological samples. Target contribution +1. Immediately, my injuries were all healed. The manager is so beautiful. Watch my slide tackle. But the white tiger bit my hand tightly. Even though I lost an arm, my grenade has reached its target. With a bang. I only have one grenade left. I started to mock this foolish white tiger. Do you believe I can send you to the west with a slide tackle? The white tiger was indeed provoked, but Red Moon ruthlessly stopped her. Take this grenade. The powerful explosion trapped the white tiger, and I still got hit. My spiritual energy is running low. With a whoosh, the white tiger suddenly attacked from the side. Zhang saw that I was in danger. Unfortunately, I was still hit by this clumsy fellow. Xiangjiang intended to save me. The Red Moon Elder charged forward directly. The endless clashes of the two echoed through the heavens. The deafening roar of the explosions was ear-splitting. I watched the godlike fight. I was dumbfounded. This person cannot be killed. As long as I'm here, you can't touch this person. So many girls came for me. I'm so lucky. This girl only listened to the sect master's one sentence. Just when I was about to, she blocked a fatal blow for me. Xiongjiang, you dare block me? The sect master has given an order. Goodbye, what the hell is this? How can this guy still be invincible? Oh my god. What the heck is that? It looks so scary. Let's see if you can take it. The blinding white light flashed into Red Moon's titanium alloy dog eyes. While he wasn't looking, I pulled out my gun again. Let's see how you dodge this time. But the bullets were all blocked. And he mocked me. Whatever tricks you have, use them. Can I put up with it? No. Let me pull out the flashbang first. Endurance increased by 50%. Billy's shooting skill fully recovered by 20. I pulled out my revolver again. And ran swiftly. Die. I fired 3 shots. With a loud boom. With the booming explosion of the flames colliding, a white smoke gradually engulfed the entire arena. I took a painkiller. Speed increased by 50%. This sharp sword pierced through my chest. Luckily, I had a level 3 armor. I looked at my remaining health. Before I could think, the second wave of attacks came. It was me who killed them. What are you going to do about it? Red Moon went berserk after hearing this. Oh my god. What kind of move is that? Such powerful energy. Everyone nearby was forced to retreat step by step. Even Senior Sister Bai felt an unprecedented amount of pressure. Suddenly, the system prompt detected a true source system attack. It also received 0.010 points. A dark figure burst through the high wall. It was a fierce white tiger. Then, Elder Red Moon, stepping on Li's sword, appeared above me. Looking at her daughter lying on the ground, she shouted in rage, "Who killed my?" I said nonchalantly, "There's no rule saying I can't fight back, is there?" Sharp-tongued. "If you can survive Elder Hong's pursuit, I might consider letting you take the cranial training." A loud bang asterisk. A distinguished inner disciple, couldn't even beat a man. He deserved to die. Sister Bai pointed her whip at me. "Do you think the rules are just for show?" I pulled out a Bond-style revolver. This transvestite kept showing off around me. The only thing that awaits him is death. These two older sisters want me dead, but Bai Shiji had the last word. "Isn't this the girl from just now? How did she get here?" 3 big sisters are arguing about whether I should stay or go. It's because this girl just stepped on me while I was breaking through the bottleneck. To show myself in this world. Spiritual power increased by 100. It seems like this system needs to collect the dead. Mechanism of Beauty has already leveled up to level 2. It also unlocked various items. I turned my head back, collecting biological specimens. New biological energy contribution, 1%, and my stamina instantly recovered to full. Obtained skill. I like the name Mechanism of Beauty. The young women were all terrified and panicked when they saw Hong Luo killed. They were screaming and shouting all around. It seems the system has a strong influence on the mind. You can still be so calm after killing someone. Suddenly the system began to scan Hong Luo's body. This meant that his subordinate, Roar, was already dead, and the sect's formation suddenly showed that a disciple of the sect had been killed. He had been killed in Inner Mongolia. Yao Ji only asked where. The next second, he was lying on the ground. With a thunderous boom, Yao Ji broke through again. The Red Moon Elder in the distance gnashed his teeth in hatred. Suddenly, the jade pendant on his chest shattered. The reason? Apparently, I had a pretty face. Everyone thought I was going to die, so they were all heartbroken. Unexpectedly, I pulled out a pistol. Hong Luo was still confused as he stared at the man. He survived the fire phoenix. Hearing "pretty boy," I wish I could crush him to death. He grabbed my hair. He raised his sword, ready to strike. I'm not worried in the slightest. The shock wave from the explosion hit the slaves standing nearby. I was too hasty today. This system can only absorb a small portion of the attack to replenish its energy. That pretty boy has some skills. Damage, and there were no traces left. It seems the system can absorb magic attacks. With this system, I'm not afraid of you at all. Looking at the nearby fire phoenix, I'd ever consider you a she-male? He's furious. He drew his sword and unleashed a barrage of attacks. As I dodged, the system informed me that I received 0.01 of 0. This she-male actually wants to hang out with me? Go to hell. The starting system just gave me 3 girls. Look, they come in all shapes and sizes. And then there's this one. Red Luo, furious, prepares to teach me a lesson. What kind of move is that? But at the same time as being attacked, my spiritual power has increased by 0.01. What's going on? Red Luo was very angry. I slapped her. A woman who looks like a dinosaur dares to yell at me. My actions scared everyone nearby. And I hate it when people call me a pretty boy. I saw Red Luo pinch my chin and tell me, "Your skin is so delicate. Your tender flesh shouldn't be mixed with these men." I won't, even if I die here. I won't submit to you. Just a little white face. You're getting out of line. Why don't you stay with me for a few days and enjoy a comfortable life? This neither male nor female. Makes me feel sick just looking at it. So I just refused. I'm not interested in ugly women. They're discussing their own craniums with each other. Suddenly, Sister Han Luo noticed me. She walked straight towards me. "Little brother, you look so handsome. Come to the Skulltop Hall for a trial. These slaves are all gathered from across the world." I'm getting a little dizzy listening to this. Don't tell me you have to castrate yourself to learn this technique. Looking at the many people coming out of the door in the distance. Just the name sounds a bit indescribable. I heard from the sister next to me that this is the only place where men can cultivate. If you're lucky, you'll reach the chi refinement stage and won't be eliminated. The Red Moon Elder quipped, "Remember, men are slaves here. They have no right to speak." This world really annoys me. Right in front of us is the Reed Peak Hall. Does he enjoy the tiger? A slave lies on the ground, being whipped crazily. A fellow slave can't stand it and steps forward to stop him. Unexpectedly, Elder Red Moon's tiger leaps out, biting these disobedient slaves. It's simply blissful. Within the sex residential area, everyone seems to be talking about how I'm a pretty boy. That guy is Elder Red Moon. He seems to have some pretty heavy tastes, and ended up in a matriarchal world. Suddenly the system informed me that I activated a new skill. Oh my god. Can I use a handgun? Let's get some more bullets. In this world dominated by women, men can only look up in awe, and become their slaves. I looked at the system in front of me and cried. I was just a pretty boy. I still don't quite understand what's going on. Then, the older sister beside me said, "My name is Yao Ji. Don't you dream of me every day? If I could survive the fall from the rooftop, maybe we could pick up where we left off." Xiangjiang's sword was knocked away, almost taking my husband with it. They just said I was a born spiritual body, and wanted to take me back to cultivate immortality. Thankfully, I thought quickly. I just told them that the girl I was writing earlier said she often dreams about this immortal. So, she traveled through time just to see him. Nonsense. Just when I thought I was going to die. I looked at the gleaming sword in front of my neck. If I answered incorrectly, I'd be done for. My eyes darted around nervously. It was clear I had ulterior motives. This sister even said I'm a man without a man. And they want to get rid of me. These women are getting more and more fierce. Hurry up and tell me who you are. You only get one chance. I haven't reached the shore yet. And I was already pointed at by swords from 3 big, strong women. Who is this? 3 beautiful sisters. These people actually think I'm a spy. Could you move aside? As expected, I was knocked back again. What did I do to deserve this? I'll swim to the shore first and then complain to them. Now I could only crawl forward. My legs had no strength. Suddenly, a high heel appeared before my eyes. Looking up, I found another sister blocking my path. Excuse me. I watched the 2 sisters disappear in the distance. I planned to use the 36 stratagems to advance. As soon as my foot stepped out, the system sent a warning that my health was too low. I didn't realize that during my faint, I had been trampled down to a sliver of health. This is so exciting, why can't I talk? I'm thrilled. Let's just get to it. But unexpectedly, I was punched and sent flying. In my days, I heard capture in silence. What's with this woman in front of me? Happiness can't come this suddenly, can it? I grinned foolishly. Excuse me, sister, where are we? She just made a quiet gesture. I woke up and found a sister sitting on me. I was scared and panicked. What the hell is going on? Where did those people just go? I looked around, observing my surroundings.